Welcome to twitch.tv/LoganRobo. Tonight's game will be Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. This evening, it's a boss fight against our literal boss. Or maybe our past self? No matter who wins, we lose. But that also means no matter who loses, we win, so hey, it's all good. Thank you very much for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing here? I see Extemporaneous was once again here early before I even turned off emotes only, so it's just an emote. But then Rukov turned off emotes only. Said you may now talk around the cabin. Extemporaneous says, why so serious? Just kidding. Thank you, Rukov. Speaking of why so serious, have you guys heard how poorly the new Joker movie is doing? The sequel that apparently it's like scoring lower than both Morbius and Madam Web? I don't know what that means. I haven't seen it. But, I mean, just saying. Extemporaneous also with a lurk and said random Transformers check. Potato said, for the record, I mean the mole former. What's a mole former? I have no idea. I think, is that the, I think that might be like, there was a crossover with some Japanese, either an anime or video game or toy company that I think was like hamsters. That sounds about right, but I don't know. Is there one named Potato? And would you rather? Would you rather be a time traveler who can only observe events, or one who can interact but might change the timeline? I think observe, because changing the timeline, butterfly effect, you're gonna ruin everything. I've talked before about how part of me would like to be able to go back in time, but I worry about things like, what if I went back in time, accidentally changed something, and I never adopted my cat? And so yeah, just I think go back and observe things, because then you could gain like invaluable knowledge. Well, what do you guys think? Rukov says Logan Robo is a character from The Simpsons, known as a cynical, chain-smoking, and perpetually exhausted TV clown. Despite his fame, he's often disillusioned with a show full of slapstick humor and poorly managed antics. Wait, I think that's Krusty the Clown. You know, there is actually one Krusty the Clown quote that still echoes in my brain periodically. I don't know why, but it was one where I think it was from the Krusty Comeback special, and he's like, talk to the audience. That's always death. But how you doing, Rukov? Nora says, hi, I'm going insane. I started watching a show called Kakegurui. I hope I'm saying that right. I've never seen that one. That's the gambling one, right? I used to date a girl way back when who saw some of it and would like, sometimes when we'd be texting, would like send me pictures of her watching it, and it looked like something interesting. Nora says, like, dude, I'm going insane. They're all gambling addicts, and half of them are actually insane. I live in fear when watching the show. I'm staying until 10 p.m. Central Time. Well, huh? What?
Can you believe how the time flies? Logan has been streaming for 4 years, and on the 31st of this month he will have been a partner for 4 years as well. Also, Logan has been lonely as long as I have known him.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. That is fair. That is fair. It's been a while since I've had a girlfriend. But thank you, Rukov, for re-upping this up 46 months. Last month was your 5th subscription, baby. And that's right. Like, Halloween is the anniversary of when I first went affiliate. So that'll be 4 years. Although it wasn't until around the following May that I really started streaming with a regular schedule. But yeah, 4 years. And I'm still not good at this. But thank you very much for re-upping the sub, Rukov, and for using your Prime sub. Rukov says, so until 9 p.m. Mountain Time. Oh, so Logan can understand. I don't think he can minus by 1. That's why I have my calculator watch, in case I need to subtract by 1. Rukov says, okay, I will try one more time. A staple of the Salt Lake Valley's improv comedy scene since his teenage years, Logan Robo brings his talent to live performance Twitch streams. This is real. Is this written by you or is this written by AI? which he's been hosting since 2020. When he's not engaging in improv or enjoying Ovaltine, Logan finds fulfillment in streaming thanks to the support and interaction from his viewers. While playing Yakuza 0, Logan once stated, "I should buy the pornography for this child. It's the right thing to do." That was Kiryu Kazuma. But Rukov, you did it. That was me. Rukov says, "Wait, I did it. Congratulations, Rukov." Queen Katie says, "Howdy, Logan." Hey, Queen Katie. What?
Don't worry, you're a practicing streamer. That means you're still practicing smile.
That's a good way of looking at it, because you don't usually do that for like I'm a practicing. It's like a religious thing, like if someone's Catholic or Jewish, like practicing Catholic or practicing Jewish. I like that. I'm Jorge. By Jorge, thank you for the 10 bits. Sorry, I just noticed you, Jorge. Can I steal that? Can I say that? Can I start saying that I'm a practicing streamer because I'm still practicing? Because that is accurate. That is very accurate. How are you doing, Jorge? Because Sunday it's your day off. Are you gonna be able to be here for what?
I wrote that. How dare you say that was written by AI?
Okay, Rukov, in my defense, I do remember one time we did a raid and there was this one plugin that the streamer was using that when they did a shout out, it would like give a description of that channel just based on like analytics and Google searches or something like that. And so that's why, because all the other stuff I figured was, you know, other things. I figured out by the time you're talking about Yakuza 0 and that quote. But thank you for the 10 bits, Rukov. But yeah, Queen Katie is saying, "Howdy, Logan. How are you doing, Queen Katie?" Huh?
I'm more than honored. The joke is now yours.
Hey!
And yes, it's my day off. I'm making Pokemon figures.
Ooh, making Pokemon figures? Like, okay, of which? Of the actual Pokemon or of Pokemon trainers? That's awesome, baby. You post pictures on the Discord when you're done. Are you doing like kits or are they like completely handcrafted? I am suddenly very fascinated by this. But thank you, Jorge. I hope we will be able to enhance your Pokemon figure making journey. And thank you for the 10 bits in case I think I already said that. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Okay, third attempt to try and read Queen Katie's post saying, "Howdy, Logan. Queen Katie here reporting the spoiler weather for tonight. Expect some 30% chance for one most likely. Low odds thanks to Logan time, but don't lower your guard, folks. It could get deadly if you're not careful." So we might reach a point in the game where there's going to be a spoiler clip from the side of it. So welcome, Queen Katie. How are you? Thank you for the forecast. Rukov said that is actually Logan. Beowulf says, "Hello, Lonely Man." Beowulf, how are you doing? Welcome. Okay, let me load up the game so we're not just staring in the menu and give you guys a recap. So we're not doing a murder investigation. A murder was committed, but we're like, we don't care about that. We just care about orbs. The entire trial is about orbs. There's an orb that we want and a rich guy that wants the orb. But we're going up against Phoenix Wright. So it's like where the previous game's protagonist is the boss that we're fighting. And we even got a bad ending last time, intentionally, by losing one of the cross-examinations. The bad ending was basically, well, things were just always awkward between us and Phoenix Wright from then on. So yeah, it's kind of cool. I literally did not expect this. I feel like these games have gotten, to certain extents, kind of predictable, like Dual Destinies. I predicted the twist, but tried to avoid it. Oh, and there's a pinned message, oh, not pinned message, excuse me, a poll. Should Rukov change the about command to that bio? Yes, minus the quote. No, I like trains. Yes, keep the quote. I gotta remember what the about command currently says. Let me read the current about command. It says, "Hi, my name is Logan Robo, aka Lonely Stream Logan. I am the loneliest streamer." And you know what? That's enough for me to say yes minus the quote. That is enough for me to say yes minus the quote. After multiple references in the first sentence, emphasizing my loneliness. Yeah, I think that is fair. But thank you very much for the poll. But you guys cast your votes. Let's see. Quickly said, "By the way, I'm so sorry, Logan and or mods. I'm about to post something big here. Just a fun fact, but I wanted to share it first thing the stream. Oh, we're gonna have a fun fact. When we get to the fun fact, I might play a little bit just to kind of let more people filter in, and then I'll read it." Jorge says, "Yo, Jorge. Am I cool enough to say yo? I feel like I say yo to people in real life. Magpie, how you doing?" Says, "Caw." A tired Magpie is here and excited for the stream. You're tired and excited. I got an Elgato Stream Deck as an early Hatch Day present, so I'm gonna figure that out in a bit. Nice. Very cool, Magpie. Rukov says, "Queen Katie, go for it." And Jorge says, "I'm almost halfway to 1 million bits." Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. That's amazing. It's very accomplished. Okay. Let's play some of this here. So the last thing that happened is that Emma Skye was the witness, right? And she was trying to claim that the orb. So what it is that we're trying to get the orb for Apollo's foster dad, Dirk Sadmati. He's the lead terrorist in our home country. And he thinks that with the orb, he'll be able to take over his country. And we're like, hey, father-son bonding over overthrowing governments. But there's like this rich guy that says, no, it's the orb of, or does he call it an orb? I can't remember. The crystal of Ami Faye. And he wants to use it to become elected mayor or something like that of Karain Village. That's where Maya and Pearl are from. And so Emma was saying that it was stolen a year ago from his residence, but we presented in the court record an email which showed him talking with the archaeologist who supposedly stole it, and this was his email address, PAW, standing for Paul Attition Wimperson, wasn't that his name? And so now we know that it wasn't stolen, he just staged the theft and was really having it studied by this guy. And hang on, that's a long explanation, so I already need a sip of water. Okay. Therefore, how could this possibly be the crystal of Ami Faye? Oh. Hub. We don't want to hub up at the first part of the stream. We don't remember what's going on. We're kind of lost. Someone fill us in. We never check the doctor's emails. We don't do due diligence. We just kind of go with the flow. It's in honor of our departed mentor, Dick Gumshoe. He's not departed like dead. He departed overseas. He took a flight. We couldn't even figure out the password to his computer. Oh yeah, how did we? Oh, it was Sarge. Sarge helped us with that, right? The plaintiff willingly left the orb in the doctor's care so we could study it at the behest of his benefactor. The benefactor's totally gonna be that justice minister guy in the Kingdom of Karain. Wait, then what about the police report? I have all the details of the theft right here. Well, it's probably for another relic, the real crystal of Ami Faye. He's just using the report as a way to claim that our orb is actually a stolen crystal. And there's Phoenix with his man cleavage for y'all. Okay, now that we've read a few lines, let me read Crystal's Queen Katie. I don't know why I always do that. I think it's because both your names start with a K sound. Queen Katie's fun fact said, a quick fun fact. I love how it's quick and it looks like it's 4 paragraphs long. A quick fun fact that I want to share with you, because I realized this while clipping an old VOD. Don't worry. It was to get funny things. Don't worry. And I should share with you Phoenix's Japanese name, Ryuichi Naruhodo. His given name originated from Ryuichi Sakamoto, a Japanese composer, singer, writer, and actor whom Shu Takami deeply respected. Okay, someone might have said that before, but I don't remember. That would have been like right when we started these games. I remember people saying his name was Ryuichi Naruhodo. Quickly continue saying it initially had no other particular significance until Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations introduced a character named Furio Tigre. Oh, hang on. The poll is done. 57% said yes, minus the quote. Second place, 29% saying, I like trains, with 1 vote for yes, keep the quote. I bet the 1 vote was Rukov. I'm just guessing. But anyway, so introducing, thank you for the poll again. Furio Tigre, whose name in Japanese was Shibakuzo Torinosuke. Ryuichi eludes the dragon, Torinosuke eludes the tiger. Oh yeah, because we've seen this over and over again, like the tiger and the dragon fighting. Are they, like, in Japanese culture, is that a thing that people just believe that the natural enemy of the dragon is the tiger? Huh?
Rukov voted yes, minus the quote.
So who wanted the quote? Who wanted that quote? I'm actually surprised that quote would, I doubt that quote would make it through Streamlabs filters. I bet there's a filter that prohibits one of the words in that. I won't say which one, but thank you very much for the 10 bits, Rukov. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's see. So Ryuichi alludes to the dragon while Torinosuke alludes to the tiger. The two animals are said to be natural enemies in Eastern mythology. This is a reference in-game by Tigre's jacket design, which bears the image of a tiger biting down on the neck of a dragon. Quickly to continue saying, I bet right now you're remembering something from the Song of the Ceremony. And that's what I was saying. It's like, that keeps coming up because, so for those who don't recall, if we take a look in the research notes here, we have the Song of the Ceremony. When the dragon and tiger battle, the founder offers divine protection. We even had to use that as part of the puzzle thing to get the founder's orb. Quiggity continues saying, quote, when the dragon and the tiger battle, lawyers being compared to dragons, Dirk's rebel group. So in a way, with the story and the DLC costume he has, the devs are being very cheeky in this regard for Spirit of Justice. Oh, so that was foreshadowing that we would actually fight against him. Oh, that's kind of cool. I just thought it was neat because I like orange, I like dragons, and I thought it's a cool costume. Quiggity continues saying, oh, and his surname, Naruhodo, comes from the Japanese expression Naruhodo, which roughly translates as I see, I understand, or indeed. It is usually used to agree with other people's ideas. Shutakami likes Naruhodo because it is a commonly used word whose origins and etymology are unknown. When choosing it as a basis for the surname, Takumi also wanted to emphasize the most important aspect of mystery fiction, the realization that would make one say, I see. That was a lot, but that was very interesting. I need some water just after reading all that. My mouth is parched. So thank you very much for the trivia. The quick, in quotes, lengthy fun fact, but it was a fun fact indeed. And how are you so certain that PAW refers to my client's initials? That is a fair question. This isn't proof as much as just a possibility. Maybe the email's recipient was a dog lover. Remember, like we talked about last time? Maybe a furry? Maybe I'm being overly literal when I say lover? Maybe it's someone who's really gross, and that person belongs in jail for loving dogs. Suddenly, Wheel calling me a puppy kicker, now that I think about it, isn't quite as so bad. Perhaps, so let's get to know your client a little better, shall we? Mr. Politician Wimperson. Oh, that's right, he's outside of his thing now. He has to have his little placard. I suppose shutting down detractors is all part of a politician's job. Answer me this, Mr. Rotation Wimperson. What is your shoe size? Oh, it's probably going to be your birthday. He's probably born on 7/11. And that's why it's going to be, that's actually a sneaky way of saying it because it was politician 7/11. Still, I want to save, because we're going to lose hit points for this, I want to see all the dumb answers. So we are obviously going to ask what his birthday is, but let's ask, what's your shoe size? What's your shoe size? How should I know? Wait, you don't know your own shoe size? I'm guessing it's like servants buy shoes for him. I have all of my shoes handcrafted in Italy, and the shoemaker comes to my residence to take the necessary measurements. I have better things to do than memorize trivial information like that. Oh, it makes me wish I'd memorized the Italian word for entitled jerk. Maybe this will help you memorize what happens to those who waste the court's time. Can we get another bad ending right here? Will it be different than the other bad ending? I really put my foot in it this time. The foot that I know the size of. Trivia for chat. What's my shoe size? Can you guess? Apollo, no matter what his shoe size is, there wouldn't be enough digits. He's got big feet. And you know what they say, people have big feet. They have big shoes. We're looking for a 3-digit number. Oh, right. Let's see. We need a 3-digit number. Okay, well, a 3-digit number is clearly your favorite food. Oh, crap, I hit the wrong button. I pressed down on the wrong thing here. Why didn't... Okay, so we got to get through this again. Hang on.
I'm guessing 11 and a half.
11 and a half. Oh, wow. Any other opposing guesses? Any other opposing guesses? Jorge has officially claimed 11 and a half as a guess. Once I get to this part of the chat where I don't know if you're probably the only one guessing. But if there are other guesses, I'll let you know if anyone's right. No prizes, but just the pride of knowing that you have intimate knowledge of my feet. Okay. So we got to keep going. So I was trying to guess color. Oh, no, not color, food. That's right, because we need a 3-digit number. So food, huh?
Your shoe size is too small.
It's too... Ah! That's how I know that was Oak there. Thank you very much, Oak, for the 10 bits. See, now I can tell you without looking if there's just a pause and then a boo. So when you say 2, is that TWO or TOO? Like, oh no, you're saying that I have 2 feet? I have 2 shoes? I do have 2 shoes. That is correct. I am not an octopus nor a squid. Although octopus and squid don't wear shoes, so I don't know what you guys are talking about, bringing up octopus and squids. I don't think you guys should have brought that up. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. Oh, okay, favorite food. I just want to know what his favorite food is at this point. What?
It is pinned the new command.
Oh!
I would like you to confirm if the about command is more to your liking. The reason I made it was so that when you have someone new in chat or a raid, we can put our right foot forward.
Or our right foot in my mouth. That's right. Thank you very much. Sorry, I didn't notice that. I've been so caught up in what's happening here and the talk of 3-digit numbers. But thank you, Ruka, for the 10 bits. So it says, a staple in the Salt Lake Valley's improv comedy scene since his teenage years, Logan Roba brings his talent to both live performances and his Twitch streams, which he's been hosting since 2020. When he's not engaging in improv or enjoying Ovaltine, Logan finds fulfillment in streaming thanks to the support and interaction from his viewers. We're stoked to have you at a stream, and we look forward to being less lonely with you in the chat. All right, I'll approve of that minor lonely reference at the end. Thank you very much, Rukov. I appreciate you. I salute you, Mod El Capitan. You know how you have like a captain of the guards? I assume you're the captain of the mods. You're mod captain. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Okay, what's your favorite food? Curry rice. It's an old family favorite. Really? As in boiled up some rice and dumped some curry sauce on top of that curry rice? I bet you assumed I would say French cuisine. Just because I'm a member of the political elite. But nothing beats the delectable curry recipe my ancestors brought over from Japan, and I'm the kind of representative who upholds the value of such traditions. Is this entire strategy really just to pander to traditional value voters? Okay, for a second I thought that's actually kind of endearing, that he does like something that's not like snobby, but then it looks like this isn't actually his favorite. He's just pretending to seem relatable to the voting public. Your penalty is served, Mr. Justice. Let the... My voice is still struggling again. Let this be some food for thought. Apollo, why don't we take another look at that email address? Why are you so bad at your job, Apollo? No, it's fine. I just need another crack at this. It's not like I'm running out of hit points or nothing. Okay, it's fine. Athena, I know what I'm doing here. I'm totally cool. I'm great. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine. Quiggity says, okay, I'm done. Oak says, yay. Magpie says, there's another one. I don't watch anything with advertisements anymore, so I never know films are coming out. Yeah, you hadn't heard of it because they made a big deal about it. It's a sequel to the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, and when they first started filming it, they cast Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn and announced that it was going to be a musical for some reason. But, in for a penny, in for a pound, we're going to get a bad ending while I'm reading these things. But yeah, apparently it's just tanking at the box office. Nora said, my chat no work. I fixed it. Good job fixing your chat. Oak says, hi everyone, what's going on? I'm just getting a bad ending because why not? Quiggity says, hey Oak. Jorge says, observe, I cannot have ruining hey, sorry. I don't know why I had a hard time reading this. It says, observe, I cannot have ruining the world on my head. Technically Jed, but head. Sorry, it took me 3 tries to say that one sentence. There was Rukov for 3 up in the sub. Huh?
Okay, I am headed to bed. Good night, lonely man. Stay lonely, my friend.
No, I don't want to stay lonely. I've told you so many times. This is not a voluntary choice. But thank you very much, Rukov. Get some sleep. As always, if you can't sleep, feel free to come back and hang out. You're awesome. Sleep well. Is Vero gotten here? Is the internet still down where Vero lives due to that shark attack? Are we modless? Is it purge time once more? And thank you again for the 10 bits, Rukov. Oak says, Logan dating a girl. I have dated in the past. There was one time I was dating a girl I was convinced I was going to get married to. Did not work out. Quiggity said, you dated somebody before? Why is that the surprising part? Now the interesting thing is like, oh, an ex-girlfriend of Logan's watched that particular anime. No, he once had a girlfriend. Nora said, quote, it looked like something interesting. It is. It's very interesting in both good way and the worst way possible. Evie says, hey, Logan. Hey, Evie, how you doing? Nora said, they're all gay. I'm pretty sure. It seems like it. I thought, based on the pictures I saw, it seemed that they were, shall we say, attracted to gambling and perhaps violence. Nora said the show isn't just clinically insane / crazy lesbians. Queen Katie said, Queen Katie bits, Queen K bits, Queebits, Katie. Queebits Katie, what? Nora says, lol. Hori said, it's little nano block figures. It's like Legos, but my already giant figures. Fingers are even bigger against these blocks. I've seen some of those at the store before. They actually look kind of fun. I remember I was gonna get one for either my niece or nephews like a couple of years ago. I can't remember if I actually did or not now. Nora says, I like trains. There's the old about. Nora said, it's my thing. Bill said, trains are cool. And Queen Katie says, choo choo. And Nora says, I hate Paul. I don't think we're supposed to like him. I think he's intentionally unlikable. I could be wrong. All right, so are we getting a bad ending again? Is it just gonna be the same one? Let's see. That's enough. I see no need to further prolong this trial. The Defiant Dragon. Yeah, this is the same thing because he inexplicably referred to them as the Defiant Dragons, even though he earlier did not know who Dirk was. So it's a continuity flub. That's how you know this is non-canon. Yeah, the creep politician stole the Founder's Orb right out from under our hands. Revolution died. My bloodlust went unsated. As for my relationship with Mr. Right, oh, this is the worst part. Not the horrible totalitarian regime overseas, but we just had an awkward working relationship after that. We were no longer friends. Okay, we're gonna resume from the saved game. So resume from there, and we're gonna pick the right thing. I don't know why I just wasted a half hour answering the question wrong. This is why Queen Katie's forecast is only 30% for a spoiler clip tonight. Your birthday is gonna, it's gonna either be July 11th or November 7th, one of the two, depending on which direction they slap the month and date thing. What's your birthday? My birthday is July 11th, but what's it to you? Oh, I see. You can address birthday gifts to my office. But, full disclosure, I only accept gifts valued at $1,000 or more. See, Phoenix understands what just happened. Even I understand what happened, and I'm dumb. Huh? Why has everyone gone silent? How can anyone be that self-centered? All right. Politician. I almost forgot that politician was a politician. Did everyone hear that? Everyone in the gallery, you all hear that? He said July 11th. July 11th, or rather 7-11 matches the numbers in the email address. Ha! Both the name and birthday are a match. I hardly think that's a coincidence. I figure there are probably easier ways to like figure this out. If he is a politician who uses that email address to communicate with people, we should be able to just talk to the people. Like, have you got an email from him? Just check his device. Say, like, look, bring up your email. Let us see what your email address is. We're not going to read any of your emails, but just show us, like, your address book, what all your email addresses are. Both the name and birthday are a match. I hardly think that's a coincidence. Oh, wait a second. Coincidences? Oh, is this good or bad for me? Hang on. I'm thinking it over. Have they figured out that Paw711 is my email address? Should I be saying this out loud? Wait, why you sneaky little? Oh! Looks like someone finally decided to join the conversation. Would the plaintiff care to explain? I would like to say that is quite what? Quite a thing you've said, and things are sometimes wrong. Any other thoughts? No further comments. I stand by my previous statement. He is like a politician. Yeah? Oh, and he just leaves. Hold it! He can't just walk away. Even politicians have to explain themselves in a court of law. I'm afraid I simply don't know how it happened. I can't possibly explain matters outside of my purview. Perhaps it was a mistake on the part of my secretary? Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't, you slippery eel. You do not get plausible deniability. Mr. Ride, would you care to respond? I won't argue your assertion. Apollo, take it easy. You know I'm bad at this. I know I said the kid gloves were coming off, but underneath the kid gloves are dainty, squishy kid hands. I am not tough. My client lent the treasure in question to the doctor and asked him to study it. It seems that much is a fact. Now we're getting somewhere. But he's probably just going to claim that it was the crystal of Ami Faye that he lent, and not the Founder's Orb. Ha! However, it has no bearing on the issue of ownership. How so? Mr. Retichin, I fully understand your position here. You had to hide the fact that you sent the crystal out to be studied. Your family would have been very upset if they had found out. It's a family heirloom after... Wait, so this is what Phoenix... No, this is the kind of crap we get from bad guys. So he's gonna try and claim... Why is it just because we're going up against Phoenix he's acting like a villain all of a sudden? So he's gonna claim that he falsified a police report in order to save himself from embarrassment. Should we let politicians know that that is a crime? Then again, Japanifornia, I don't think crimes other than murder and occasionally taking a space center full of hostages, full of people hostage, are ever punished. I should read some chat. Oak says, I think about it though, he's funny and sounds like Tanaka. He sounds like Tanaka? Tanaka is like this. I'm Tanaka. Tanaka's amazing commodity. Well, I guess he's sort of like that. I don't know, maybe? No, Nora says, I don't know who that is. Oak said, Tanaka, Persona 3. He's the best social link in Persona 3. Nora says, who? Quigata said, by the way, I have a new theory. Paul did lose the Ami Faye crystal a year ago, but worked with someone who stole the orb to make it off as if it's the crystal, which was recent. Okay, that makes sense. And so that's why that would explain, okay, I think it's one of two things. That would explain why he would want the crystal, because like, oh no, they're going to think that my family's going to be mad at me, so I need to find a new orb. I think my current theory is that his benefactor is the defense minister from the Kingdom of Khura'in. And he was the one that had it taken and stolen and shipped overseas to be studied. And that the theft of the crystal of Ami Faye was just either insurance in case like this guy didn't give it back, or maybe just an unrelated thing that now he's trying to use in order to claim ownership of it, or something like that. Magpie says, oh please, there's no way Gumshoe could afford a flight. He couldn't even afford ramen. Well no, he's flying with Edgeworth, isn't he? I'm still headcanoning, that's why we haven't seen him, that he's globetrotting with his work husband. That the two of them are going all over the world and seeing the sights. Well crap, except Edgeworth has been back in town a little bit. Is Gumshoe, did he finally just get fired for realsies? Is he having to rely on Maggie Bird to like support him? Nora said, my brain isn't braining. Who's that? Tanaka is the guy that you buy stuff from off of TV on Sundays in Persona 3 Reload. I don't know if he's in Portable though. Quigata said, have you never started his social link at P3P? Nora said, I don't know who that is. He's the best social link. He's the guy that you see him in Persona 3. This is just Reload. I don't know if it's the same in Portable, but he hangs out at Palomnia Mall, and you have to pay him like $400,000 or something like that. And then you hang out, and he's the best. He's the best. And there's the edited command. And Nora said, Quigata, who is Tanaka? Quigata said, he was an awesome social link that was a nighttime only. You must have not done the social link that unlocks him. Nora said, I just searched him up. I have never seen that man in my life. He's my favorite. You must have started watching our Persona streams after that we'd already finished. He was the first one I finished because I loved him so much. Crystal says, I am here, though late because I got a biology lecture here on Twitch. Laughing, was watching a P3R stream. How did Persona 3 Reload turn into a biology lecture? I'm just curious, like, what was the topic of biology? Was it one of the things where you're studying for midterms? And because I remember there was one time where we got to choose a subject for Junpei to tell a joke about, and I chose math. Maybe it was biology then? Quigata said, "Lol, that's why I said I'm sorry, Logan. Don't apologize. It was a fun thing." Okay, let's play a little bit more here. Your family would have been very upset if they had found out. It is a family heirloom after all. You gotta be kidding me! Mr. Wright is, well, right, of course, but then he always is. That's why he's my lawyer. The crystal is a precious Attition family heirloom and has been for centuries. So I have a question. Obviously don't answer it because it's spoilers. Why is Phoenix Wright acting like this? Is it just that anytime that you're going up against somebody, that person needs to act like a bad guy because the mechanics of the game? Or you know what it feels like? It feels like whenever we are not Phoenix, like when we're Phoenix, when we can like hear his thoughts and be inside of his brain, he is awful at this. He's a terrible lawyer who's just skimming by the skin of his teeth. But then whenever we're not Phoenix, like in Apollo Justice, he suddenly is acting like he knows what he's doing. He's great. He's total Justice Keikaku man who everything is going precisely as he planned. And so it's going to be something where I knew that I had to get a Titian to be caught doing this fake thing. And so I agreed to represent him, knowing that you'd be able to defeat me. Which is totally unethical, by the way, because then he could be accused of like throwing the trial. And I'm pretty sure that there are things against that. I don't understand how this is Phoenix right.
The crystal here is a precious Titian family heirloom and has been for centuries.
Game.
Oh, and that's the answer. That's why Phoenix is like that. So it is just because it's a game mechanic. Because it's a game. Thank you very much, whoever did that. But also, here's the question. Can't we just like ask him, hey, do you have a photograph of the Crystal of Amife that you can verify is a photograph of the Crystal of Amife that's not just a photo of the Founder's Orb? If we can find one that is verifiably, then just compare them, look at them, see if they're different.
But Dr. Buff was so eager to study its proud heritage, I just couldn't say no. I didn't even tell my grandfather.
Objection! But in order to win the backing of your so-called benefactor, you were gonna give what you claim to be the Crystal of Amife to that person? You were gonna give a precious family heirloom away just like that?
I was going to explain everything to grandfather later, honest.
My client's grandfather is very proud of his grandson for following in his footsteps. And if refusing him would have meant dashing the dreams of his darling grandson, I doubt the kind the old man could have said no.
Well, grandchildren are meant to be spoiled. That's what grandfathers are for. Oh, I have 17 children, but none of them have given me grandchildren. They've all opted to have their tubes tied and snipped. I don't know why.
Your Honor, please. I mean, it's been in the family for centuries.
My grandfather thinks highly of my talents as a politician. That's why he entrusted me with this very important name placard today.
That's important. Oh, look at that. He's taking good care of it. Hey, on sparkles! Oh, it's really his grandfather's! This is so dumb. This is so dumb. But that's why I love it. Okay, let me read some more in the chat. Guian said, but yeah, I was so hyped when I realized this bit. It's kind of like how I felt when I realized the symbolism of what Aigis is doing in episode Aigis over in Persona 3. I won't say, because spoilers. Nora said, I was too confused on Saori and Yukari's social link. I have no idea who that man is. Guian said, aren't you in December? Who else have you done? How? Well, don't forget, wasn't there, did Beowulf, are you still a Beowulf? I think Beowulf had said that there's some bug that if you start Tanaka's social link on the last day, you like automatically defeat the boss and win the game or something. It's like a bug. Is that in P3P? Can Nora do that and just not have to do a final boss fight? Crystal said, you don't know the great Tanaka? Said the rich, great commercial man, Tanaka. Sabidi skibaba, Nora said, I've done Saori, Yukari, Ryo, Junpei, Hidetoshi, Seize, and I think starred Fuka's, but I'm not sure. I don't even know who Ryo is. I know you've mentioned Saori. Bale said, Weedle says, you're a puppy kicker. At least, if he was with me, I'd assume he'd say that. You know what, Beowulf? He's with you. In spirit. Quickity said, also known as Logan's first P3 Max, I think. Indeed. Quickity says, please, if you ever decide to do a new Game Plus, I beg of you, find my man. Nora said, the ones I finished are Saori, Yukari, Ryo, and forcefully Hidetoshi. I hate Hidetoshi. Aw, don't let Tiff hear you say that. Let me have a sip of water, and we'll get back into this. Hang on. I don't know why I am so thirsty today.
So I'm sure he would have been okay with me using the crystal as I see fit.
Garr, Grandpa, spoiled little brat. I think the judge is buying it, Apollo. No surprise there. He's always going on about his own grandchild after all. He is?
Excuse me, can I leave now, Mr. Wright? Nayuta Sadmati is out there, and I would like to make out with him. I believe my work here is done. My home planet needs me.
By all means, Detective Sky, thank you for your assistance.
You're welcome. It's nice to testify at a civil trial once in a while. See you around. Pew!
Yay.
Oh, what? It seems the facts have changed somewhat. Mr. Etition Wimperson apparently lent his family heirloom to Dr. Buff. Mr. Justice, how would the defense like to proceed?
All right. Now what?
Apollo, let's hear what they know about this so-called crystal of Ami Faye. Maybe we can find some inconsistencies in their statements.
Right, okay then, Mr. Wright. If the item in question really is the Etition family heirloom, then let's hear all your client knows about it. Of course, yeah. I'm good at my job, Mr. Etition Wimperson. Please tell the defense everything you know about the crystal's origin.
All right, now then listen and learn. This is the tale of the Crystal of Ami Faye and the illustrious history of the Etition clan. Are you ready? Our story begins back in the old country when the Etition family reigned supreme.
Oh, we just fade out. Oh no, we actually go into it. I thought he was gonna make it sound like he went on for a half hour. The illustrious history of the Etition clan. Let's save, and now that we got some background music again, we can read some more in the chat. Let's see, Magpie says, quote, how should I know as an answer to what is your shoe size is even more baffling than any dumb answer I would have come up with. I guess if you never do your own shoe shopping, why would you need to know? I guess, maybe? Weekend said, same many, Logan, still awkward. Oak said, Logan is size 2. Shoe size is 2. Okay, so here's where I'll be able to see if anybody was right. Nora said, oh my gosh, I forgot it. Theta was here, my baby girl. Quickity said, my shoe size is about 9. But is that 9 ladies' shoes, though? Because, like, men's and women's shoe sizes are different. Oak says, his feet disappear. Nora says, explodes. Quickity says, keyboard slam. Logan, no, what'd I do wrong? Oak says, I'm like a size 15 women's because my feet are huge. Chris said, me guess 10 and a half. Then Crystal got it. Look at that. Crystal got it right. I'm a size 10 and a half. 10 and a half. Sometimes if I wear really thin socks and it's a really worn in 10, I could squeeze my foot in, but generally 10 and a half. Nora said, my guess is 500. Quickity said, I'd say Logan is size 6. Or he said, I'm a size 9, normal size for my height. Oak said, no, I'm referring to size. Says, your feet are minuscule. I'm not going to show them on camera to prove it, especially not right now because I've been wandering around barefoot inside the house. And you're not going to see my bare feet. Oak says, Rukov, could you pin that, please? Rukov says, pin what? Oak says, the minuscule feet thing. I want to clarify. See, I feel like Rukov is not quite as prone to pinnage as Vero necessarily is. Oh, we have a pin message though here. Oh, written by Logan Hobo, no clue who that is. Says, the people of Discord have spoken. We must pin the blame on Logan. Oh, that's right. If you are in the subscriber chat, you might have seen something about that. Let me have a sip of water. There we go. We're like 45 minutes into stream and I've already finished half of my water for the night, so I'm a little bit worried. One more comment here that we'll back in the game. Nora said, I forgot my baby was here, so here we go because I have to do this each time. It's my baby girl, it's my baby BBG, favorite girl, best baby, W girl, best character, W lawyer, absolute lesbian who I ship with Trucy, best lawyer, love her. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. By the way, I forgot to mention, Nora, since you were mentioning on Discord that you're concerned about how many games you have to get through before you get to Athena since she's in the 5th mainline game. You'll be happy to know that Trucy shows up in the 4th, so you'll have an entire game with her before you meet Athena. So that's good, right? Okay, let's play some more of the game.
My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler. He protected the spirit mediums, a minority back then, from the rest of the locals. Some discriminated against them, you see, while others tried to abuse their power. As thanks, Ami Faye gave the crystal she had specially made as a gift to him.
I am a descendant of that great lord. As such, my political power and influence is backed by centuries of history. Okay, so at first glance, do we have any evidence that would dispute that? I mean, the Founder's Orb, Crane National Treasure. Okay, and that just shows us like a picture of it, right? Picture of dead dad. We got this. Okay, maybe we could do this. Show that it has the Nitma motif from Karain founding period. And show that that isn't just from, like, the village of Karain. That this is ancient in that way. Dead body with no pants, just books. Books blocking him. Study diagram, Founder Orb transfer agreement. I agreed to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if I come to no harm. Which he didn't, he came to harm. Sarge's drone. The email, which just says decipher the patterns, have to crack the riddle, opaque crystal orb is a key. He never refers to it as Founder's Orb or Crystal of Ami-Fe. Where to use that? Glowing moss, reading glasses, robbery report. Crystal of Ami-Fe was discovered to be missing from the Etitian storehouse. 10 a.m. storehouse lock had been picked. So yeah, I'm gonna guess, we'll press everything obviously, that it's gonna be the research notes saying that the pictures, the carvings on it are from the Karain founding period, which would predate that whole thing, because he said that Ami-Fe had it made for him or something like that, right? Yay. Well, that devolved into a great load of self-aggrandizing propaganda fast. As you can see, the Crystal of Ami-Fe is an heirloom of the esteemed House of Etitian. And you have proof that it's always been in the Etitian family? Uh-huh. I have someone who gave a statement to that effect. My client's neighbor, okay, we had a new name. Is there gonna be a pun name? One Ives, Shineto? Ives Shineto. Age 85, gave the following statement. Okay, I've seen it all. I've seen it all? Is that, I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. Is that what it is? Is that what this is? I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. It's either I've seen it all or just I've seen it, right? Is that what it is? I think. Gave the following statement. The Etitians showed me the crystal back when I was but a lad. Objection! Huh! He's 85! I don't like old people! Apologize, this age discriminates! Can we really trust the memory of an old man? I mean, old men are awful! They should certainly never be trusted, let alone be like judges or something like that. Wait, I shouldn't have said that. Mr. Justice, would you care to explain that statement to the judge? I didn't mean that. What I'm trying to say is, I assume, Judge, you're old? I always assumed you were like 23. Judge, you're Judge. Are you kidding? Are you claiming you're? I never could have told. Never underestimate the memory of your elders. I may forget my verdicts the next day, but the memories of my past are clear as day. Therefore, I find Mr. I've seen Eto's statement to be perfectly credible. Wow, did you see how Mr. Wright got the judge on his side? That's definitely a trick I want up my sleeve. Sigh, you're not helping, Athena. You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Justice. Yay. Yay, cross-examination! The illustrious history of the Etitian clan. Okay, you guys know the deal here. First we save, then we're gonna press every statement, and then we're gonna figure out, I think I already know where we're gonna present evidence, but we'll figure it out. Gotta read some more in the chat though. Oak says, we need Nora command like a Weedle one. Nora said, I gave the judge a southern accent. Real. Rukov says, I think it'd be funnier for him to get to it. I interrupted because I need to go. Oak says, I see. Nora said, I vote for Nora command. Oak said, wait, the Lady Gaga musical thing was real? I thought it was a joke. What? No, wait. So yeah, no, that's real. It's like a music. Now, my understanding is it's not like a full-on musical. That it's not like, show-stopping musical numbers, that like the full cast is out there and they're singing. I understand it's just that they sometimes just sing songs. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I have not seen the movie. Nor said Duolingo on ice was also a real thing. Wait, no, wasn't that? That was just an April Fool's Day joke, though, right? Magpie says, that's a wild choice. I'm perplexed by everything about the Joker casting choices. Plus, wasn't like the first Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie technically like story-wise, beat for beat, a like remake of some other movie that had like nothing to do with Batman or the Joker or anything like that? I can't remember what it's called, but I remember reading this thing that was like going over the story and saying it is a remake of this other movie. Let's see. Oak says, "Good night, Rukov." Magpie says, "The Joker has too many movies. Give me a Scarecrow, I will scream." My favorite is still The Riddler. Sadly, of the 3 movies he's been in, only one has ever been like an actual Riddler. The movie The Batman was fun, but he was basically like the Zodiac killer. Like, I don't like the idea of the Riddler being a serial killer. I mean, the Riddler, I guess he can kill people, but it's like that's not his main thing. He's not like just out murdering people left and right. I think he's got to be more highbrow than that. And Batman Forever, he was just Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey very rarely plays an actual character. He's usually just Jim Carreying on the screen. However, Frank Gorshin as Riddler in the 1960s Batman movie, that was patrician Riddler. Let's see, Nora says, "Good night, Rukov. Are we now modless? I believe so. Did a mod ever come back?" We get said, "Logan, Vero has been trying to come to the VOD, I think, for the past 20 minutes, but the shark is mean. So please say hi to Vero and salute to them." Vero! Hi! Vero, I salute you. I salute you with both hands. I don't even know if that's a thing. It looks like I'm just shielding my eyes from sun. But Vero, please, don't blame the sharks. Every time I have seen a shark girl in anime or in fiction, she's always delightful. Don't blame the sharks. But Vero, we miss you! Quicket said, "Funny you asked that, Logan." Nora says, "Stabs Logan." Zane, I misclicked. Oak says, "Speaking of quotes, 256. Oh, Quicket with the timestamp, 25:58. So I am 27 minutes behind. Not my worst, not my best.
My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler.
Hold it! That object you set down there, is it something of importance to you? What is placard?
It's a name placard. The one here belonged to my grandfather, Abraham Attition.
I'm guessing the reason why his grandfather's called Abraham is just because that is like an old-timey name. You know, even like in ancient scriptures, you always talk about the Abrahamic religions.
He had it custom made during his distinguished political career. Hey, won't peel this time. Oh no, it peeled. It's special because it was crafted from the finest Italian plastic.
I wasn't aware the Italians were famous for their fine plastic.
You can touch it if you want. Want to touch it? Want to touch my placard? Go ahead, touch it. Touch my placard.
No, I'm fine. To be fair, not all plastics are of equal quality. Some plastics are very cheap.
Very well, I'll just continue with my testimony. My ancestor was praised as a benevolent ruler, but he was also an eminent politician. He protected the spirit mediums, a minority back then, from the rest of the locals.
Hold it! So I take it the relationship with the Fae Clan was a close one.
A smooth and open line of communication with my entire electorate. That is the politician way.
Huh? Sorry. I was asking about your ancestor.
Oh, whether it's about me or my ancestor, feel free to ask me anything you'd like. Transparency in government, that's the politician way.
More like dodging questions, that's the politician way. Thanks, I'll be sure to ask when I have something you'll actually answer.
As I was saying, the Attition family protected the Fae Spirit mediums back then.
I forgot how long this testimony was. Let's read some more in the chat while I have another sip of my second half of water. Nora said, "Can we have all the details on said relationship without doxing anyone?" Wait, what said relationship? My previous dating relationships? Honestly, here's the thing, even if it wasn't like a doxing type of a situation, if I'm among friends, I tend to be a very private person. I don't talk to people about like details with relationships and things like that. Oak said, "Yeah, Logan, give us the goss." I assume that is short for gossip and not gossamer. Crystal said, why are people surprised that Logan dated before? I'm actually more surprised that he got kissed on camera as a pizza man laughing. Here's the thing, Crystal. Maybe this is surprising. I have gotten kissed in real life at least a couple of times by like a person who wanted to kiss me. That it wasn't just for a movie. Magpie says, "Rip Logan, I feel on the relationship front. Been there, buddy. Yeah, it's not great, but I've had not the best luck with dating." Oak said, "Wait, Logan got kissed on camera? You've clearly not seen the entirety of my filmography." Nora said, quote, "Attracted to gambling and violence. There's one girl who you can say is attracted to violence. To get to a concerning level, I'm not elaborating. Just go watch the show and cry. You won't be crying because you're sad. You'll be crying because you're scared and traumatized. Politician is a politician." Oak says, "Wait, for real?" Nora said, "I'm for real about everything." Quickita says, "Fun fact, Paul has the second confirmed birthday in the series." Oh, is this only the second one? The first being a certain police officer who's having a fun time with an unlucky gal, only to get murdered by a banana lover. Wait, for a second I thought you were gonna say, oh, no, that was Maggie Faye's ex-boyfriend, right? For a second I was worried that you were saying Gumshoe got murdered. Huh, what?
I have been to a few of his improv shows. If anyone mentions a girl and Logan, they all make the same jokes we do about Logan once having a girlfriend.
That is true. That is very true. You would think it'd be an inside joke that like the audience wouldn't get. It's like, why are they making fun of this man for not having a girlfriend? But the reason it's not an inside joke like that is that they just have to look at me on stage and they go, huh, oh yeah, that checks out. That checks out. That resonates. The truth of that resonates with me. So thank you very much, Rukov, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. But Rukov, get some sleep. Get some sleep. You're supposed to be in bed, weren't you? You went to sleep. Sleep a boy. You got an early morning. Thank you very much for the 10 bits, though. I appreciate that. Okay, we'll read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Nora said, "Accept my existence, I am not real." Magpie says, "Phoenix also recognizing the Paul, just loudly admitted to basically taking bribes." Nora evaporates. Oak says, "No, Nora!" Magpie says, "And the third comes later in this case." Quickita said, "Yup. Fun times for the game-breaking traditions." And Nora said, "He just walks away." Okay, let's press some more statements here.
Some discriminated against them, you see, while others tried to abuse their power.
Spirit mediums were targets of discrimination.
Yes, some people even treated them like they were monsters.
I mean, to be fair, they channel ghosts and they're shapeshifters. So, I mean, I'm not saying that's like a bad kind of monster, but if you were to try and like biologically, what does it do the taxonomy of monsters? I feel like that would be on the monster side of things.
The transformation the mediums underwent when channeling spirits frightened the locals. And then there were those who tried to use them.
You mean they sought to control the channeling powers of the mediums?
Discriminating against a minority is absolutely despicable. That's why I discriminate against everyone. Then it's all equal. A vote from me is a vote to end discrimination. I vow to root it out wherever it may be. That is my promise to you.
So chat, you don't like politician? Chat, does that mean that you want discrimination? Are you not voting for politician? That means you want discrimination, right? Right? I am very smart. I am big brain with my politics. He's totally ignoring your questions. It's like you're a moderator at a political debate. Yeah, only he cares about his talking points. As thrilling as your campaign is, can we please get back to your testimony?
Oh, as you wish. Now then, as for the crystal, Army Faye. As thanks, Army Faye gave the crystal she had specially made as a gift to him.
Okay, so there we go. It says that she specially made it for him, and we'll be able to use that piece of evidence that shows these are designs from the founding period. Now, technically, you'd be able to say that maybe she just fashioned it to look like from the founding period, but I'm guessing that's what the evidence is going to be. Let's press and see if we can find out. You said she had it made, so then it was made in Japan?
That's right. They say she hired a famous craftsman to make it, and they say it's quite valuable too.
And you were gonna take such a priceless family heirloom and just give it to your patron?
Ha! That's so typical of you ignorant, common types. Making difficult decisions when the chips are down is what being a politician is all about.
But only when it's in service of your own political career, you mean.
The crystal is a testament to my ancestors' remarkable achievements. And furthermore...
Oh my gosh, we'll press one more statement, then I'll read some chat. My throat's getting tired of doing this dude's voice.
I am a descendant of that great lord.
Hold it! So tell me, Mr. Retition Whippison, are you famous in Karain Village?
You could say that, but I find my popularity to be rather amusing.
Bemusing?
Yes, my campaign posters keep going missing as soon as I put them up. My avid supporters and female fans are likely taking them home to hang in their bedrooms.
How'd you guys like this? Would you like a poster of this man hanging above your ceiling? Have him watching over you while you sleep, be the last thing you see when you fall asleep and the first thing you see when you wake up. I guess ignorance really is bliss.
All this only proves my fine lineage.
Okay, let me read some more in the chat. We got one more statement to press, then we'll go back, present that evidence, and then maybe we'll be done with this guy. Probably not, because I'm guessing we don't have any other witnesses for this trial. Let's see. Quickett said, by the way, congrats on finishing the first testimony in this case, Logan. Thank you, Quickett. It was hard to do. I struggled last time. Says, now for the other ones. Are there a lot of them? Quickett says, psst, Logan, we have 2 mood matrices this case. Have fun. Well, crap. Nora said, no, I'm in an ad. Did you refresh or something? This is why, I think I've talked to you guys before. I've always been against the idea of ads in general, but I think Twitch has like forced me to have either pre-roll or during stream ads. And I did see a video that was saying you're better off doing during stream ads. Thank you for the Tomcat. Because then it's all at the same time and you could just like kind of pause and just chat with your subscribers for a minute when it happens. Whereas if it's like right at the beginning, then it's whenever people tune in. And a lot of times people might be like, oh, I'll check out this stream. An ad, I'm not gonna stick around. And then we miss making new friends. So I don't know, I might change that, but I'd like to hear what you guys' thoughts are. Let's see. Quick 80 salutes. Nora said, about an ad for Little Caesars Crazy Puffs. And it has some football guy, love Little Caesars. Favorite pizza place. Said, oh, I probably get to meet Edgeworth on Wednesday. Best social link is you, Kari. Whoa. Magpie says, Maggie. It's literally a homophone for Maggie. That's sort of the plot of the case. She said, I know it's Maggie, but the way it's spelled, I'm delighted by thinking of Gumshoe saying Maggie bird. Maggie. Because she's a magpie. Maggie. Crystal says the streamer is a college professor, specifically a biology professor. We were talking about AI tools. Interesting. Some smiles from Queen Katie and Magpie and from Crystal. And Nora said, hey, do any streamers here know how to add commands to my Twitch, like a Discord, for example? I use Streamlabs for that. You'd probably have to ask Rukov because I really don't know. Also, it looks like, I was gonna say it looked like I must be getting caught up, but I'm looking and no, I'm farther back than I thought. Okay, let's press another statement here.
As such, my political power and influence is backed by centuries of history.
Hold it! I'm sorry, but is any of that relevant to the issue of the relic's rightful owner?
Have you never heard of Kingcraft?
Kingcraft?
It's the art of ruling as a king. My father drilled it into my head from a young age, and one of its precepts states, ruin awaits a ruler who responds to every single issue posed by the masses.
Well, that answered my question about what he meant by king of this nation. Progress. Apollo, who is this Ami Faye anyway? I believe she was the founder of the Karain channeling technique. The plaintiff claims she had the crystal made for his ancestor. That would mean it was made in Japan. I know you don't have to spoon feed. I know it already. I just wanted to press everything. Athena, I don't know why Nora likes you so much, Athena. Yeah, I suppose it would. Okay, so we know what we're doing. So like I said, we're gonna present that those notes on where he said that she had it specially made right here. Let's save right before we do this just in case I'm dumb, which I am sometimes dumb. I'm oftentimes dumb in these games. So we want to present research notes.
Objection!
Yay! We got it right, yay. You stated that Ami Faye had the crystal made for your ancestor. So am I to assume it was made in Japan?
That's right. The craftsmanship is unbeatable.
Ha! Well, that's strange. I don't see how your so-called crystal could have been made there.
What are you talking about?
It's quite obvious if you take a closer look at this. It's gonna be this part right here. But here's the thing about, even though the court record says that this is like a relief, a design or whatever from the Crane, Kingdom of Crane founding period, just because something's from a founding period, like you can copy stuff. Like if you have an ancient symbol from a certain other country, you can still slap that on like a vase that you make in your ceramics class, you know? What proves the orb wasn't made in Japan? This right here, present! Take a look at the distinctive design here. According to Dr. Buff, it's a Mitama motif dating back to the early days of the Kingdom of Karain. But again, it could just be that Amife is like, oh, I really love that old design on some of my ancient artifacts. I am gonna use this when I craft this.
Kingdom of Karain, And you base this on?
Here, this piece of evidence, Your Honor. These are the doctor's research notes on the Founder's Orb. This is the box which the orb was, in which the orb was originally stored. Hang on, I gotta have a sip of water. And I gotta read some chat. Crystal says, continuation. Then he gave a short biology lecture and showed a 3D model of molecules using AI. Fancy. Crystal says, 38 minutes, 10 seconds. I am a half hour behind now. Nora says, objection! Fortnite emotes. Am I the only person who can't stand Fortnite emote dancing? I can't deal with it. Nora said, I'm sad because I have to wait 4 games until I see Athena. Bayo said, no, redacted skip is not importable. Okay, the whole like boss skipping thing. I see what you mean by redacted. Thank you, Beowulf, for the information. Nora says, aw, shucks. Kukita says, boo. Nora said, Rio is a FemC route exclusive. She's the girl volleyball/tennis social link. So is it that she joins volleyball and tennis instead of track and field? Or track running, whatever? Nora says, Athena, I'm cold, burr. Said Faye, like Maya Faye, like Mia, starts sobbing. Kukita said, women size 9, yup. Nora says, slay. Crystal says, 10.5? Why is that so surprising? Do I need to grab one of my shoes and see if you can still see the thing on it that says 10.5? Let's see. Kukita said, nice job, Crystal. Crystal says, laughing. Nora says, I'm crying. Who is Logan Hobo? It may be someone that you know under an alternate account.
That's all I'm telling you. I'm not gonna let you know that it's Rukov. I won't go that far to let you know that it's Rukov.
Crystal says, yippee! Says, definitely not Rukov. Nora says, oh, Trucy shows up in the 4th. Yippee! Yeah, that's where you get like her whole backstory and everything. No, like she's a major character in the 4th one. Rukov says, no, I'm definitely not Rukov. That is Logan Hobo. Don't get us mixed up. Nora says, I voted for Pin the Blame. And Magpie says, who the F trying to discriminate against spirit mediums? You can prove you can summon ghosts. You can get to have some kind of power in society. I think that'd be an amazing superpower. I mean, there are like freaky things about it. Shape-shifting is kind of scary, but I think once you understand what's going on, then like it should be no different than any other. It should be no different than like owning a weapon of some sort. It's like, yeah, if you're cool, then it's fine. You know, I think maybe. I know it says, how many accounts do you have to Rukov? He has a bunch. Let's see. Quickie said, okay, Logan is being smart this time. For once? What do you mean for once? And surely we don't take 21 minutes for this, which reminds me, Nora said, we will take exactly 21 minutes. Quickie said, I meant to post this when we went live. Hold on. Oh, there's a clip. Okay, hang on. And lurkers, if you're here, if you don't know, anytime someone posts a clip in the chat, we gotta pop this up on our clip viewer so we can all watch this together. Okay, so let's see what this clip is. This clip that was posted by Queen Katie. Oh, it's from 2 days ago. So it's from last Ace Attorney stream, I assume. It's titled, He's Not a What Now? Okay, I'm not sure what this could be. I don't even remember what happened 2 days ago. Although, wait, no, 2 days ago was Corpse Party, so this must be from the previous stream. Anyway, let's watch this. Oh, Quickie said, what would prove Archie did not steal it from the residence? Oh, crap, it's the Paul without consent. Yeah, it's me. Is this me realizing the email address thing? I bet that's what this is. Oh, that's why it's he's not a what now. Okay. I know this is now. We would present this email and find out whose email address that was. at Paw 7-Eleven. Oh my god. And there's the realization. PAW. He's not a furry. It's Paul Attition Wimperson. I said what I said, Paul Crystal. Wimperson. I said what I said. He is not a furry. So you can quote me on that. Okay, and then Quick said, and yes, I timed this one from last stream. It was, in fact, 21 minutes, Logan. I called 20 after this clip. And then Nora with quote number 117. I hope she doesn't get used to me saying, I do. Logan, the lonely man about to reject a girl. Persona 3 Reload, June 12, 2024. Was that when I had to reject Yuko? Yuko was cool. All right, let's actually play a little bit of the game now. This is the box in which the orb was originally stored. It features the same pattern as the one found on the orb. They do look like the same pattern. No one has ever copied patterns in the history of anything ever. Therefore, I assert that the disputed item must have been made in the Kingdom of Khura'in. Oh no, my placard! My placard! Oh no. Actually, I feel bad for him. That's his grandpa's. He just crushed his grandpa's placard. His grandpa sounds like a nice man. The Khura'in channeling technique originated in the Kingdom of Khura'in, and Ami Faye is known to have traveled there to train. With that in mind, what's to say she didn't bring that pattern back with her? See, that's what I'm saying. This is a really weak objection, Apollo. Objection! But since this is clearly a Khura'inese design, not even you can deny. The possibility that was made there in the Kingdom of Khura'in. Objection! Reasonable doubt doesn't exist in Japanifornia. Presumption of innocence is nothing to us. Anything's possible to some extent. That doesn't make it true. So you can't conclude that the orb is from Khura'in solely based on that pattern. If it were that simple, I could just as easily say it's Japanese. Look at this. When I'm on this side of the courtroom, I point with my other arm. Hubbub. Is he ambidextrous? Wait, which side is he? I'm confused now. I have to agree with Mr. Wright. The pattern alone proves nothing. But that also means there's no basis to claim the item in dispute was made in Japan either. At this rate, we're going nowhere fast. He's right. We're just spinning our wheels here. Apollo, let's use our magic superpowers and get this over with. I wonder if we have any evidence that could break this stalemate. Evidence that could break the stalemate? Crap. Let me save. I don't know if we do. What is the nature of the stalemate that we are let's review our evidence. Evidence that can break the stalemate? Founder's Orb? I mean, just the fact that the court record calls it the Founder's Orb. That should be enough, right? Photo of my dead dad! Research notes. Photo of the dead guy with no pants and books covering his you-know-what. Study diagram or transfer agreement. I mean, he refers to it as the Founder's Orb in this. Can we run a handwriting analysis or something? Sarge's drone, okay. Email. I don't think that we do. I don't see a hit point meter, so let's say it exists. It exists! The defense would like to present a piece of evidence to the court. A piece that will finally break this stalemate. Oh? Well, you sure piqued my interest. Let's see what you've got. All right. I will now prove that this is, in fact, the Founder's Orb. Attorney's badge. And just how does that piece of evidence prove the relic is a Founder's Orb? It doesn't, does it? Not by any means I can fathom. Sorry, Apollo, but I have to agree with the boss on this. So I'm guessing I was just supposed to say there's nothing, yeah. Me too, actually. Me 3 defense penalty! Yikes! Time to think that one over again, Mr. Justice. Yes, Your Honor. See, we go back to saying whether there's evidence or not, so that means there is not. So it's load, so we have full hit points again, because I'm a save scummer. Who scums my saves? Yeah. And we're going to say does not exist. And we'll read some more in the chat. Oh, crap, the music stopped. I'll just read one or two more comments. I always feel awkward reading comments when there's no music. Crystal says, my bad. Logan Hobo is Logan Hobo. Definitely not Rukov is definitely not Rukov. Quick Kitty said, oh no, BRB, what happened? Quick Kitty, everything okay? Nora said, who is that quote about? Crystal said, oh, which quote? I hope she doesn't get used to me saying I do. I think it was Yuko. Crystal says, Katie is getting the copy paste. Magpie says, I've seen Neto as I've seen it all is really good pull, to be honest. I wouldn't have gotten there. Is it true? It's either I've seen it all or I've seen it. Like, which is it? Quickita says, Ive's name is a play on I've seen it all. Gets on stuff. Why? Thank you, whoever did the Tomcat. So does that mean I was right, though? I was right about that. And then Nora does quote number 117. Wait, what, if you typed in quote 117, why is it showing? Oh, because you did a number. You don't do the number sign because it gives you a random quote number 126. I've been staggering our slaves. Persona 3 Reload, June 19th, 2024. Crystal says, seeing that it's about rejection, probably Mitsuru or the sports girl. Well, if it was Mitsuru, it would have been like much more recently, I think. So it's probably sports girl. Magpie says, Phoenix really said, I'm telling court daddy. Nora said, rejected Mitsuru murder. I didn't like Mitsuru, Nora. Nora said, oh wait, who did Logan end up romancing in P3? Oh, did you not know? I romanced Fuka. Igus was in second place, but Igus did not get a personality until after Christmas. And so we had to romance Fuka so we could have lewd hand-holding on Christmas. All right, let's play a little bit more of the game. It doesn't seem to be anything we can use, at least not at this point. The thing is, like, for the defense, a stalemate is just as good as a win, right? Well, unless we can find something, this trial won't be going anywhere. Oh no. Tape, scotch tape. It's scotch tape. Oh, phew, that's much better. What's his deal? He just broke his grandpa's placard. I have a suggestion. Why don't we consider this from a different angle? A turnabout, if you will. Sorry, I was just doing that thing where I run around stuff in my brain. You guys couldn't tell because I'm not the player character right now. I'm listening. What if the Defiant Dragons really were authorized to take possession of the relic? Is somebody finally going to explain to me who the Defiant Dragons are? I'm afraid I don't know where you're going with this, Mr. Wright, because literally no one has told me who they are. Consider the orb transfer agreement, which states, I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. What if?
Speaking of Christmas hand-holding, I finally got to that point in the VODs. I'm in January now, D.
Oh, what? Well, okay, that's Oak. Is there?
Booby.
Oh, do you say booby instead of boob? Or said boo? Instead of boo, you said booby? That's not scary. That's just an abstract notion to me. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate it. Does that mean that did you get to the that stream? If you know, you know. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. I will read just 2 or 3 more comments here. Quick said, Ives' German name is my fave. Isaac Oz, which is a play on Ich sag aus, meaning I testify. Oh, interesting. Quickity says to Nora, Fuka. Crystal says, the ghost girl Fuka. He thought Fuka was a ghost. For a little bit, I thought she was a ghost. Nora said, don't get me wrong, I love Fuka, but as many times I play P3R, whenever I do, I probably won't ever romance her. Quickity said, sometimes just sing songs. Ain't that a musical? Well, no, because when I'm talking with musicals, you know how like a character will become so overflowing with emotion, they'll break out into songs, and like every townsperson in the street will join in and they'll have some big choreographed dance that they're doing, and like, you know, magical things will happen. You know, people will suddenly burst out of all the windows on a certain floor of an apartment building, and there are all these ladies and they're singing the same thing. There'll be like synchronized dances as seen from above and like a Bugsby Berkeley kaleidoscopic routine and stuff like that. Whereas when I say like people just singing songs, it's like if you're hanging out with a bunch of your friends and like someone starts singing a song and 2 or 3 other people join in, that's not a big musical number. There's no choreography. There's no magical, unrealistic stuff happening. It's just people singing songs. Because in real life, you can sing a song without becoming a musical. I think we get said coming from a High School Musical fan. Do you mean fan of High School Musicals, The Thing, or the movie series High School Musical? Did I ever tell you that I auditioned for High School Musical 3 when I was younger? Did not get. I think it was 3. Was it 3 or was it the TV series? I can't remember now. Let's see. Nora said, no, Duolingo on Ice was a real thing. You could buy tickets and go to them. Really? Nora said, Queen Katie, High School Musical mentioned. Magpie says, I do also want a Riddler movie because he's excellent and I want him to be campy fun, but also a serious threat. Gosh, dang it. I do like that in the Batman movie. I think that was the first time that, like toward the end when you had that scene with the Riddler, it was the first time that I've seen a villain in a Batman movie that felt actually like, yeah, this person does belong in an insane asylum. That because usually in that type of stuff, it's like, this person is criminally insane because he laughs while doing evil things. But this was like, oh no, this man is unwell. This person needs doctors tending to his mental condition because this is a mental illness that he has that is impairing his life significantly, if that makes sense. Okay, what if, as the last part suggests, this was written under duress? I mean, that's kind of what it does sound like. That would render the agreement null and void. What do you suggest to Mr. A? He's not suggesting anything. He's suggesting there's no legal right to having the orb because the contract agreement is null and void. While you were on your little cave expedition, I was investigating Dr. Buff's accident. Ha! And there was something you overlooked, Mr. Justice. Namely, that his accident might have actually been murder. I didn't overlook that, Phoenix! I've been saying from the get-go, look at this. Look at this. They say he died from a fall. And yet, there's blood on his head, blood on the book, no blood around the ground. And the fact that they're like, he was on top of the ladder pulling books, but he's not wearing his freaking reading glasses, which you can't see anything without. So yeah. No, Phoenix, it's the game. It's the game. Don't accuse the player, accuse the game. What? Murder? Hubba, finally someone died. Mr. Wright, do you realize such statements are not to be made lightly? Are you suggesting the doctor was murdered by the Defiant Dragons? Yes, but follow me on this for a second. Okay, so is he going to implicate Dirk or Dats? Is one of them going to suddenly become our client? Maybe, but it's all dramatic again. Nora said, hey, Logan. Oh, is it going to be a pun? Crystal says, boo, ah! Nora said, it says, if Anne has a problem, Anne has a solution, and Anne has a will, what else does Anne have? Has a problem, a solution, and a will? Anne has a problem, a solution, and a will. I give up. Nora says, Anne hath a way. So you have a problem, solution, a will, and a way. Anne hath a way. Well done, Nora. Good job. Magpie says, Batman the Animated Series had the best Riddler, where he is compulsively trying to best Batman and doesn't actually want to be a criminal, but because of his compulsions, he has to be a criminal. I would write much better Batman movies than anything that's come out in a long time, and it's upsetting. No, Batman the Animated Series Riddler was awesome. Sadly, like the writers admitted that they didn't do very many Riddler episodes because they're hard to write, but it was a Jonathan Glover who played the voice of Riddler, and he's phenomenal. And he's been in like a lot of DC stuff. He was also Lionel Luthor on Smallville. He was sadly a deranged scientist in the Batman and Robin live action movie. But he was also in the classic movie that proves that sequels can be better than the original, Gremlins 2: The New Batch. I love him as an actor. He's fantastic. His Riddler was magnificent. I agree wholeheartedly, Magpie. Nora said, also, boo-ah! Magpie says, I have an impossible dream, but if I can nab any actor from anywhere, I would grab Danny Kaye to play the Riddler in a movie. I think he'd be so perfect. Unfortunately, Danny Kaye is very dead. Okay, this is going to reveal my own ignorance. I need to look up Danny Kaye to see who that is. Oh, okay, so that's why. I don't know, because he's like an old-timey actor. He died in 1987. Danny Kaye was an American actor, comedian, singer, and dancer. His performance included physical comedy, idiosyncratic pantomimes, and rapid-fire novelty songs. Okay, he was in White Christmas, which I hate to admit I've never actually seen. I know it's a classic. Have I seen any of these movies? I don't think I've seen any of these movies he was in. I need to look him up. Yeah, he's been in a billion movies. Hang on, he was in The Mad Woman of Shiloh? I was just mentioning that last night. My high school drama teacher always loved to pick obscure plays that no parents ever wanted to come see, and so whenever we do a school play, nobody would want to come see it. And that was one of them. We did a play version of The Mad Woman of Shiloh. He was in that, apparently. Yeah, I have not heard of any of these. Oh, he was in the live-action Peter Pan starring Mary Martin. I don't know if I've seen that. I know I saw part of a live-action Peter Pan once. Wait, why is it listing the 2011 movie Reagan? He died in 1987. Maybe he's in some like archival footage from that or something. Yeah, there's like multiple movies that he's in that from, and Being Mary Tyler Morse, that's like a, I'm sorry, I'm just suddenly very interested in figuring out who the heck this person is. I don't think I've seen him in anything. I'm sorry, okay, I just went through the whole list. I'm sure he'd be great. And now I'm back and I immediately see the number of lurkers go. It's like, why is he looking up Danny Kaye? I'm sure he'd be great though. Nora says, Abraham Lincoln mentioned, said, okay, Paul, calm down. Chris says, ad quote, come on, touch it. Touch my placard. Nora said, I want to hear Athena's hold it more than anything. No, not Logan's voice, but the actual recording. Oh, like the voice actress? And Nora said, it sounds so good. Quick said, 55:20. I'm still a half hour behind. So I guess that means I should go back to playing the game, right? Let me have a sip of water, hang on. Yes, but follow me on this for a sec. The books that came tumbling down were from the archaeology shelf. However, among that mountain of books was a single volume on psychology. Let me guess, that's the one with the blood and coffee poop stain? Yup. What's more, there was some blood on it. And coffee poop. And you feel this is important because the books that came tumbling down were from the top shelf, the archaeology books. We know this because the doctor's books were meticulously organized by subject. Archaeology took up the entire shelf, so that psychology book is completely out of place. Why didn't the murderer just take that book and like destroy it, burn it, flush it down the toilet page by page? Why leave that book there then? Come to think of it, the shelves were arranged quite carefully. It's also worth noting that psychology books only take up a tiny part of the bottom shelf. I hate the Phoenix is figuring this out from information the game did not let us obtain earlier. But again, I just think that the fact that there's blood on his head and the book but not on the ground means he couldn't have died from the fall, or at least shouldn't have. And second of all, again, wasn't wearing his reading glasses. You might wonder why a book on psychology was found amid the pile of archaeology books. But I believe I can explain that with what that single out-of-place book was doing there. The doctor was struck from behind while selecting a psychology book from the shelf. And that's when the blood got on the book? Precisely. And to make it look like an accident, he was buried under a mountain of archaeology books, and also had his pants taken off first. Are we never gonna go over why he's pantsless? Objection! Huh. Well, wait a second. This is all just speculation, right? Or do you have proof that it was murder? Of course I do. Oh, that's right. You're on the receiving end of Smug Phoenix now. You do? On a hunch, I had Detective Skye examine the doctor's head wound. She found that he'd been struck by the corner of some object or another. Then why did she tell us that he fell to his death? The ground is flat. It doesn't have corners. I'll read some more in the chat, though. Oak says it was short for Gossamer. There we go. But now is it short for Gossamer the Thing or Gossamer the Looney Tune? Nora said, no, you haven't. That's a lie. You've never been kissed. There is videographic evidence of it. Beowulf says, in fact, if you squint and look very closely, in that horror movie that I was in, you can also see me getting smooched in the background at the end. Beowulf says, the fact that I found the pizza man kiss, said Logan thought it was gone. Nora said, faith, peace, and love. He got kissed there. He was a pizza delivery man. Oak said, I should watch Logan's filmography, or at least the scenes he's in. You could knock that out in a good 20 minutes, probably. Quick said, gonna yoink a Sprite now, just kind of chilling till Logan yells, potato for my guide. Magpie says, Maggie Faye. Did I say Maggie Faye instead of Maggie Bird? I'm sorry, Maggie Bird. Nora says, who is Maggie? Maggie? You'll meet her eventually, but Gumshoe's kind of sweet on her. Magpie says, it's Maggie Bird, like a magpie bird. Come on, Logan, it's a magpie. I'm slightly offended. I'm sorry, I said Maggie Faye, apparently. Crystal said, never mind. It's titled Faith, Hope, and Love. Well, it's understandably you get it mixed up because, okay, bit of behind the scenes. That movie, Crystal, went through about 3 different title revisions. After it was made, there was like a long process of trying to find distribution for it. And as part of that, the makers of it like experimented with some different title changes and things like that before they settled on one that it could actually get, or that it could get distributed under. So yeah. Nora said, also, you have so much power. I know Logan's full name because, oh my gosh! Lord Fifth raided with a party of 4. Hang on, Lord Fifth. We actually don't have a mod right now, so I believe I gotta do the shout out for you myself. So we'll do a shout out. Welcome! Let me do that shout out right now and I'll have a sip of water while the, oh, thank you so much for the follow, Bobby T. Oh, hang on, first we gotta watch this clip here.
It's just a lame one. I like it. It's just lame, I like it.
What game is this?
We finally getting clips in my channel. So I'm gonna use our dragons.
For those in the raid who don't realize. Oh, that's Echoes of Wisdom! Now I realize I still gotta play that game. If you played it, okay, without giving spoilers, is it good? I assume it's good. Lord Fifth, thank you so much for the raid. Bobby TE, can I call you Bobby for short? Thank you so much for the follow. Okay, welcome Raiders. My name is Logan. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Currently alternating mainly between this game, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice, and Persona 3 Reload. We're currently doing the DLC episode, I Guess the Answer. However, this month, Fridays are spooky horror games. So this past Friday, a few days ago, we did Corpse Party, and I'll be announcing on Discord tomorrow what our game's gonna be this week. So how was your stream? Okay, here's the other thing I need to let every new person know, including Bobby. I am often very behind in chat. I read every comment in chat out loud, but I sometimes am very, very far behind. I'm actually about a half hour behind right now. So let me scroll to the bottom of the chat, so I can see where people are talking about the, there's the raid. Oh, and Rukov still gave the about command. Rukov, you're supposed to be in sleep, young man. Crystal says, Yahoo! Lord Fifth says, 8 out of 10. Bad part of the clip. Oh, I'm glad it didn't have spoilers though, because I don't have enough money to buy it yet, and so I want to go in as blind as possible. So what game were you playing tonight? I can't actually see where the raid was when I scroll down the bottom to know what the game was. Crystal said, it's so lame I like it. Sounds like Logan, not gonna lie. That's about right. Rukov says truth. Lord Fifth says, by the way, Lord Fifth, I've been meaning to ask you ever since we raided you. Is that a Naruto reference? Because I feel like they always called like their Hokages like Lord First, Lord Fourth, Lord Fifth. And Crystal said, oh, I read that. But yeah, Lord Fifth said, we beat the game today. Wow. That was, I was gonna say that was quick, but I guess it's been out for a little while. Let's see, Crystal posted the schedule. Rukov says, I woke up when you said add quote. Lord Fifth said, we finished Zelda today. Oak says, beef longer. Crystal says, I see Logan didn't update the schedule. Well, because I usually update it on Tuesday. That's still applying for what today is. It's just useless to see this next week. Because you guys have gotten on my case complaining that I spoil what the schedule is if I've updated that before post on Discord. Lord Fifth said, no, it's not a Naruto lol. It's a 7-colored parrot from a book called I Shall Seal the Heavens. Interesting, I'm not familiar with that. Yes, okay, in fact, I'm gonna write that down. I always try to, I have a notepad here that I make notes about stuff. So it's a book called I Shall Seal the Heavens. I'm gonna look up more information about that after the stream. But how was your stream? Lord Fifth, Crystal with an emote, and Lord Fifth says crap, I don't know how to say that. Is that like a Chinese author name? A Shanxia? Is that how you say it? Novel? Crystal says, ooh, it sounds interesting. Yeah, so welcome, Raiders. I don't know if you are already here. You might have, I don't know if you're into Ace Attorney. You're welcome to stick around. We like to chat and goof off. I should also let you know about Logan Time. It takes me 2.5 times as long as anybody else to play a game because I'm a yapper who likes to chat with chat. So I spend a lot of time goofing off and chatting with people. Just fair warning about that. Let's see, Rukov says schedule command still useful because it says what days he streams. And that's true as well. Like I said, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. But again, thank you so much for the raid. That was so nice of you. I hope your stream went well finishing Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I am looking forward to that. I don't know whether or not I'll be playing that on stream because I do think there's a difference between games I like to play and games that people like to watch me play. Lord Fifth said, and I hope I'm saying it right, Shanxia is a fiction literature of Chinese. The other ones are in wuxia category. I don't know how to pronounce things in Japanese. I am so sorry. Wuzi, whenever people are like playing Genshin and they'll post like people's names, and I'm like, I can't. I don't know. And Lord Fifth says, objection! Every game should be played in the stream. No, because here's the thing. I do this because I like to chat with our community. And there are two types of games that I think are not conducive for me personally on my channel. One is the games that I get so into that I kind of just zone out everything and I don't talk enough. Because like, who wants to watch that? Because I'm not good at games. Nobody's going to be impressed with my gameplay. And I think the other types of games is that there are just, I've got a really awesome community with great people, and there are certain games that I think some of them aren't interested in watching, and I want to make sure they're having fun too. But I do get what you're saying. I'm just saying for me, I make some exceptions to a couple of types of games. But if you're like all for playing whatever games, power to you. That's awesome. Magpie says wuxia, I think, and it's Chinese, not Japanese. Did I say Japanese? I thought I said Chinese, but I probably did. Bayo said also, Logan, did you hear about the NES Tetris news? I did not. What is the Tetris news? Quick80 said, love how this one raid has reminded me to make a raid command for my channel. Wow. But yes, again, thank you so much, raiders. What I'll probably do in just a moment, I'll scroll back up to where I left off in the chat, which sadly is a half hour ago in stream time. But my promise to you, my fellow Twitchers, I will eventually get to your comments. I just am often very, very far behind. Let's see, Crystal said, Tetris news? Lord Fifth says, I try to play everything since my main game is gacha games. I did play a little bit of Genshin, which it's a gacha game, right? I had to stop though eventually because like it was just taking up too much hard drive space. They even had like a big update and it got even bigger and it was like, I can't justify keeping this on my hard drive right now when I'm also trying to play other games. So it had fun character designs, and at the time, it was itching a Breath of the Wild itch that I had in my brain that was really nice until Tears of the Kingdom came out, then I was just able to play Tears of the Kingdom. Lord Fifth says, I hope you enjoy this game, Law. I am enjoying it. I hope you will enjoy as long as you stick around for. I know you and Raiders, if you need to take off, if you need to get some food, or if you're just not into Ace Attorney, totally understand. Should I give you guys a recap on what this trial is? Let me have a sip of water, and I'll explain what's going on here. So this is Phoenix Wright. He's in his alternate costume, so if he doesn't look like he normally looked like, he's our boss. And he's usually a defense attorney, but in this case, it's a civil case, and so we're actually going up against him right now. What happened is that this archaeologist guy was murdered because he was studying this orb here, which is a relic of the a foreign nation called the Kingdom of Khura'in. Now, our character that we're playing, Apollo Justice, his foster father is, to be honest, he's a terrorist in that kingdom, and he wants this orb in order to overthrow the tyrannical, evil government there and restore peace and prosperity. And so we're trying to help him get it. But as soon as that he got that orb, he went to go get the orb from that archaeologist guy. The archaeologist turned up dead, and this politician with the extremely clever name Paul Attition showed up and said, that's not really this founder's orb of the Kingdom of Khura'in, it's a family heirloom, it's mine, and he's suing us to get it back before we can take it to the Kingdom of Khura'in. And Phoenix Wright has just brought up the obvious fact that, maybe this guy who looks like he was murdered was actually murdered, and we should probably talk about that for a minute. So yeah. Crystal says he tried Genshin, his storage gave up on him, laughing. Quick80 says, mood. Beryl said, someone has officially made what's known as Rebirth, beating level 255, causing it to completely wrap around to level 0. Wait, wasn't that a while ago? I thought there was something where some kid beat Tetris, or is this like a different one? Because he said this is NES Tetris. Lord Fifth said, the only two cases I know of is hot showers / cold showers and boiling eggs in the oven. I don't know if I remember boiling eggs in the oven. Is that one I haven't done yet? Oak says, to be fair, are you really terrorist if you're overthrowing a corrupt government? Yeah. I mean, we're talking about motives. I'm just saying the act, whether the motive makes it good or bad, that is entirely up to you guys. Crystal's laughing. Oak said, that's just anarchism, unless he actually has killed people. I haven't played the game Law. I'm gonna guess he's killed people. I think he's probably talked about how there's no blood on his hand, but I'm going to say he's lying. He killed people. Lord Fifth says, I'll be cooked in Ace games. I forget small details too with these debates. Well, sometimes they really spoon feed it to you, but sometimes like last stream, I got stuck for according to Queen Katie, 21 minutes straight, unable to figure out something. Crystal said, it's funny, haha, cases using AA terms. Beowulf said that was a while ago where they caused Nest Tetris to crash. Maybe that's what it was. The rebirth was done using a ROM hack known as Tetris Gym, which patched out the crash. Oh, that's right, because the crashes would happen when basically the RAM in the game was completely full up and it couldn't go anymore, right? It's neat. That's fun. I bet Nintendo was ticked because they're like, someone's using ROMs. Anyway, I should probably play some game at some point. So I am now, like I said, going to scroll back up in chat. So bye, Raiders. I will be back in like half hour. Bye. I'm scrolling back up to where I left off in the chat, and let's actually play some game. And again, Raiders, you're welcome to stick around and hang out. We have here. I don't know if somebody posted this. I probably should have. Here's a link tree that includes, if you are interested, if you're not, no big deal, there's a Discord invite link, my TikTok, where I'm still shadow banned on TikTok at the moment. I was doing so well, and then suddenly got shadow banned. My YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff, so feel free to check that out if you feel so inclined. No pressure if not. But yeah, okay, so let's keep playing the game. And thank you again for the raid, and feel free to hang out, or if you need to leave, gotta leave, either way is great. She found that he'd been struck by the corner of some object or another. Wait, what? A wound like that couldn't have resulted from a fall to the floor, you know? Then why did she tell us that he died from falling? Huh? Do you understand what this means, Mr. Justice? The wound makes it clear that Dr. Buff was murdered! Why? Well, that was unexpected. No, it wasn't. This was the most expected thing that has happened in this game. Who'd have thought we'd break out of the stalemate like this? He pulled the ladder right out from under us. Don't you mean step ladder, Athena? You need to broaden your narrow horizons or something. Still, if he thinks that's enough to make me back down, he's got another thing coming. Huh? Even if the cause of death was murder, what makes you think it was the Defiant Dragons? You should know better than to hurl baseless accusations. Objection! I mean, to be fair, the note said that he would give it if no harm came to him, so you would think that would be motivation to not harm him. Did you forget who you were up against, Mr. Justice? No, that's why we know we have a chance. Phoenix, we've worked with you. We know that you are a sham. You are a fraud. You are bad at your job. Huh? You didn't actually think I'd come to court without witnesses and evidence, did you? Yeah? Because you usually don't bring those things? Well, what you talking about? I would like to request further testimony from the plaintiff. Specifically, I would like the court to hear how he saw one of the rebels leaving the crime scene. Crap, it's gonna be Dots. It's gonna be Dots, a rebel. He's gonna like see him outside through the window or something like that, isn't he? But you know, now that I am scrolled back up, let me read a couple of comments from a half hour ago. Let's see. Nora says, also, you have so much power. I know Logan's full name because I did some snooping. I wasn't snooping. I searched up that one movie he was in, and he told us his middle name. It is, wait for it, his full name is, Nora said, Logan Patrick Robo. Nora said, being 100% for real right now. Queen said, for real, us Maggie fans are hurt. Nora said, I need 26 channel points right now. Also, I gotta go in 18 minutes. Oh, so you're probably already gone. Nora, thank you so much for being here earlier. If you're watching the VOD, thank you for having us. Good night, Nora. Quiggity salutes to Nora. Oak says, for what? Nora says, I have school tomorrow. For what? The channel points or the leaving? Quiggity says, Logan and Apollo whistling right now as Paul mentions the posters. And Trucy, didn't she help us tear him down? Or was it, no, it was Pearl. It was Pearl that helped us tear him down. Oak said, what do you need the points for? Nora said, Tomcat. Oak says, crap, I can't do that yet. Nora said, no, no. Quiggity said, maybe we'll be done with this guy. Logan, don't jinx anything, sir. And then Queen Katie does the Tomcat. And Nora says, well then, he. And Queen Katie says, I'm rich. Okay, let's keep going. He saw what? Are they gonna explain to us who the Defiant Dragons are? Also, we don't pay attention to foreign politics. If he can prove it was murder, that's the end of our client's right to the orb. Only if he proves our client murdered. Or is it gonna be that if anyone hurts him, then we don't get the orb? Oh, that's probably what it is, that the, well, no, he already said that if the agreement was signed under duress, it's null and void, so it shouldn't matter. You shouldn't say that, oh, harm came to him, so we don't get the orb. Did he have this up his sleeve the whole time? Grr, how could Mr. Right do this to us? He was just waiting to spring this trap. Heh. It's the first time in my life I've been good at something.
This trial has taken another unexpected turn, but I must mention, Mr. Wright, that you have yet to identify the murder weapon.
The object used to commit the murder was not located at the scene of the crime. Okay, so my guess is it was either that book or there was that big stone relief on the back. I'm guessing like a chunk of that was used as the murder weapon. The murderer likely disposed of it elsewhere. Dr. Buff's autopsy report added to the court record. Okay, Dr. Buff was struck with the corner of some object. The time of death is between 10 and 11 p.m. Let's see if there's any other specific details when we zoom in on that. Time of death, cause of death, cerebral hemorrhaging after being struck on the back of the head with the corner of an unidentified object.
Well, I never thought we'd be deliberating the issue of murder in a civil trial. All right, Mr. Etition Wimperson, your testimony, if you please. Oh, sorry, I left. I had to go tinkle. Oh, prepare to be dazzled. Dazzled by charismatic oration forged in the crucible of campaign battles.
We're not done with this guy, are we?
Witness testimony. The rebel's crime. That evening, I was walking alone, lost in thought.
Actually, we should save right now while I'm thinking about it, because we haven't done that in a little while. Also, holy crap, we're over halfway through the stream. How did that happen? Magpie says Apollo really said, hold it. I don't care. Quickita said, also, I'm reading a fun murder mystery manga during the stream. Good old Kindaichi Case Files. Which one is that? Is that one that I've heard of? Nora said, for real? Said, Kingcraft sounds like a game about building up your monarchy as a king of a kingdom. I think it sounds like something that could be like that type of game if it's a cheap ripoff of like Game of Thrones. It'll be like Game of Kingcraft or something. Quickita said, at least they spoon-fed this better than the first one, lol. Paw. Nora said, quote, I don't know why Nora likes you so much, Athena. I beg your pardon. Oh, it was Nora saying that, sorry. I beg your finest pardon. I was just saying. I don't see it. Oak says, Logan kissed on the mouth. I have kissed a girl before. I kissed the girl and I liked it. Oak said, Crystal has shown me. Oh, you've seen the clip now? Well, here's the thing, Oak. I got to tell you the quick little backstory about that clip from that movie. In the script, there was... I think there was like supposed to be like a kiss on the cheek, if I remember correctly. And so we did the take about 4 times. And the whole thing is she's supposed to be like all flirty, gets pizza and goes up and like gives a little kiss on the cheek. And then after we did a bunch of takes, the director like pulled the girl who was playing that part aside and like out of earshot was like whispering something to her, like some direction for the final take they were gonna do. And then for the final take, she just came up and according to the director's direction, just without telling me, just planted it like right on my lips. So the reaction in that is that there's some genuine surprise in that reaction. Nora says, Oak lies. Crystal says, okay, look at the Discord vid is there. Crystal says, yes. Nora said, oh my gosh. Crystal says, can't believe it's been a year since I last watched that movie. Did you watch the whole thing, Crystal? I'm only in it for like 3 minutes. Nora said, wait, who is the girl that kissed him? She looks so familiar. What movie is that? I remember this one. Like, what, for real? Crystal says, she's Kenna Rubacek. I hope I'm saying her last name right. Nora said, oh, never mind then. She looks like Arin Zek. And I went, huh? Bill said, honestly, as a furry, we'd absolutely reject him anyway. You would not let him into your furry con if he came in there and he's like, woof, woof, bow, wow. I'm a little puppy doggy. Ooh. Like if there's no campaigning and he didn't do any campaigning, you would reject him, Beowulf, for realsies. Let's actually see this testimony.
That evening, I was walking alone, lost in thought. I passed by the doctor's office, and that's when I saw Mr. A Rebel. He was running out the front door.
Shut the front door, Mr. Death the Rebel. Okay, I would have thought that he'd be outside the window, because if we remember on the... Okay, so here's some stuff about this. I would have thought that he saw him like through the window or something. But if he came out the front door, that's this over here, right? So we're probably gonna find something where like his line of sight would have been weird, or the fact that this is up on the second floor instead of the first floor. There's gonna be something there.
It was around 10 at night. Surely that must have been him fleeing the scene of his crime. A vote from me is a vote to end such violence. That is my promise to you.
Chat, he's gonna end discrimination and violence. Why don't you support him? If you don't vote for him, then clearly you are in favor of discrimination and violence.
Yay. So the plaintiff saw a possible suspect fleeing from the doctor's residence, and it was within the window of the estimated time of death?
That's a rebel. What in the world were you doing there then? Oh.
Study photo updated in the court record.
A Titian saw Dats fleeing the scene of the murder, the night of the murder. One of the books is stained with coffee. It seems Mr. A Rebel was loitering about Corain Village that day. Phoenix, I thought Dats A Rebel was your friend. You guys bonded over roasted lizard in the sewer, and now you're accusing him of murder? There's evidence he was in the doctor's study as well. Isn't that right, Mr. Justice? But then again, Phoenix apparently betrays friends. We saw that in the final case of Dual Destinies. We implicated our bro in murder. It was sad. Ah! You mean that suitcase? Uh-huh, exactly. He must have been in quite the rush to leave that behind. Oh, and by the way, Your Honor, Mr. A Rebel just so happens to be sitting in the gallery today. Crap, we're gonna arrest him. Or maybe we'll just have him testify. Then we won't have to have... Oh, no, is that dead? See, that's him trying to escape as we speak. He is, that's suspicious, don't you think? Fleeing the scene? Yeah.
Bailiff, don't let that man get away!
Right, you backstabber, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah, why is he? Dats, you're a nice man. You're a terrorist, but you're still a nice man. All right. The counsel/defense may question the plaintiff/witness once more. Ahem. Please proceed, Mr. Justice.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. That was a testimony that we got. We now have to... That was just a whole separate thing, just showing us that Dats was there. Okay, you guys know the drill. We save, we press everything, then we present evidence. But first, I'm going to have a sip of water, and I'm going to read a few comments in chat because I am still so far behind. Crystal said, "What did I do, Logan? What do you mean? I said what I said, Crystal. I don't even remember what I said. What I said was in reference to." Nora said, "He definitely meant Katie. He gets the K confused." Oh, that's probably what it was. Yes, because both your names start with a K. I'm sorry. Crystal said, "The movie is Faith, Hope, Love." Nora said, "I'm gonna watch it." Crystal says, "You can see the movie in YouTube. I'll send the link on Discord. Be back in a sec." Bill said, "Politician may try submitting his application again with the weebs." Nora said, "Logan, you got kissed in reality by a really pretty girl on the lips." Points hand to microphone. "What do you think about that?" It's meaningless if it's a stage kiss. I want someone who likes me to kiss me. Quick says, "Salute to Logan." Nora said, "I have 5 minutes." You're already long gone then. Crystal says, "The backstory is she was supposed to just kiss him on the cheek, but after a few takes, the director and actress whispered to each other and boom, smoosh." Nora said, "Gasp, that's so flabbergasting. I just have to." Tomcat. Queen Kitty said, "Good job, Nora, good timing." Nora said, "My stream is far behind." Nora said, "So I haven't seen it yet." Oh, lol. You didn't like Meet Through Murder. I didn't like Meet Through. No. Oak says, the booby thing says, "I did, yes." Nora said, "I have to go now. Bye, friends. Have a lovely night, morning, afternoon, evening." Says, "Make sure you drink water and eat your food." And then the stream with Elizabeth? I don't know that, but yeah, but good night, Nora. Yeah, you too also. Sleep, drink, water, food, all that good stuff. Thank you for being here. Sleep well, Nora. Maybe if you're watching the VOD, hi, I'm seeing you from the past. Nora says, "I remember that." Anyways, good night, everyone. Good night, Nora. Oak said, "Good night, Nora." Quick said, "Logan, that's the movie kind of musical. A musical is literally what you were talking about." Well, no, but like stage musicals are still like that, where like people suddenly start dancing and big choreographed numbers and things like that. Crystal says, "Night, night, Nora." Quick said, "Logan, what? You don't just say that, then not say more. I love High School Musical, huh?" You know, I'd have to like dig through old emails and like figure out which one it was. I know I auditioned for some. I auditioned for so much crap. Okay, here's the craziest thing. Craziest audition story, I think. There was one time I auditioned for something where at the casting office, they were like, "We can't tell you what this project is. but it is like a big deal project. So here's your sides. That's like the audition pages that you're going to be reading from. At the time, it was like, don't tell anybody about this until whatever the thing is out. But yeah, so we can't tell you what this is. And so I went and I acted out. And it was a scene where I was auditioning for like a police deputy, and we were in like this rural town, and we're looking for the body of like a young boy that had gone missing, and we thought maybe he had died and fallen off his bike down a ravine or something like that. And it's like, okay, well, I auditioned for it, did not get the role. And then like 6 months to a year later or something like that, I guess it had to have been longer. It was a while later, like a year or something like that later. I'm watching TV, watching Netflix. I'm watching an episode of Stranger Things. And there's an episode where Hopper and his sheriff's deputy are looking around in this rural town, checking to see if they can find the body of this young boy who's gone missing. They think might have fallen off his bike down like this little ravine down this river. And I'm watching the scene, I'm like, why does this dialogue sound so familiar? I know these lines. Like, I know he said that, and then he's gonna say that, yeah, because I know that line. Why do I know the lines? I have never watched this show before. Why do I know the lines to this episode of Stranger Things? Then I suddenly realized, wait a second. And I went like digging through my emails and realized, holy crap, that was my audition. That's what it was. So that was neat. I thought that was neat. Anyway, so yeah, Stranger Things. Like I said, though, did not get cast. It was just like a small part, but it's fine. That evening, I was walking alone, lost in thought. Hold it! Why were you taking a walk? Society is inundated with serious problems that must be solved, and as a politician, I'm always on the job, thinking hard about possible solutions, even on my walks. Oh, thanks for the non-answer. While we live out our comfy lives, there are starving children who suffer in the back alleys of our major cities. I promise to end children. That is my promise to you. It's not in me to ignore such suffering. A vote for me is a vote to end hunger. A vote to end hunger. And for world peace, a vote for me is to end world peace. Yes, Mr. Etition Wimperson, we are well aware of your outstanding character. Now please continue with your testimony. I can practically hear my poll numbers surging. Now on with my speech. After all, the voting public must be informed of the magnificence that is me. I passed by the doctor's house, and that's when I saw Mr. A Rebel. Hold it! Where exactly were you when you saw Mr. A Rebel? Oh, this will probably be important. I bet this will add to the court record, because we use the diagram. We have to find out, like, where he was.
Right here, under this tree.
Okay, we're probably gonna say that, like, Dats would have seen him. I guess unless he, like, ducked behind the tree. But here's the thing, like, if he was there, he should have seen, that's what it's gonna be. If he was under the tree, he would have seen Dr. Buff's dead body right there. And if the only remarkable thing that he saw was Dats leaving, then boom. And so we'll probably, like, present that, and he'll say, like, oh, the window blinds were pulled or something. But they weren't. When we were there, they were wide open.
Right here, under this tree. I saw him dashing out of Mr. Buff's front door.
I am Dats. Goodbye.
And he didn't notice you?
No, I was hidden by the tree.
Is it really all that important to know from where the plaintiff saw Mr. Rebel? Yes, it is! Yes, I believe it matters a lot. I ask that it be added to the witness's testimony. So that's gonna be the important thing.
I was under this tree when I saw Mr. A Rebel.
So let's save again. So we just need to figure out how we present the evidence. I'm guessing it's gonna be... I won't present right now, but I'm guessing that we'll present this picture to show the window is wide open, that he would have seen him, right? I think? Maybe? Let me read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Let's see, yeah, Quickita said, that said, I haven't watched the TV version yet, but my friends have told me things. Magpie says, clearly I need to watch that version of the Batman, because that sounds exactly like the movie I need to watch. Wait, which? The Batman, the Robert Pattinson one? Again, it's a serial killer Riddler. It's the Zodiac killer Riddler. But there is a scene at the end of the movie where, like I said, you watch it and you go like, oh, yeah, this is like a genuine depiction of someone who is mentally unwell. That is not just like, I laugh while I'm evil. Chris says, also congrats on clearing the second testimony. Chris with a keyboard slam. Quick, it is 1 hour, 23 minutes, 13 seconds. I'm getting farther behind. I'm like 37 minutes behind. Oak says, where's the chairman redeem when you need it? I'm working on it. I'm sorry. I've been so busy. And this next week is going to be really busy too. This is the third week. I mentioned before, I'm picking up a lot of extra shifts at work right now because one of the people in my department got married and is gone on his honeymoon. He's going to be gone for another week. And another one of our people recently got a job elsewhere and quit. And so we got like another week of fill-ins before I think the next person will be available or something like that. Quick said, holy heck, guys, my weather forecast for spoilers just went to 40%. We could do this still. Are we still 40%? Magpie says, Danny Kaye is so good. I recommend watching White Christmas and The Court Jester. Both are amazing. Well, I feel like I should eventually see White Christmas since it's like supposed to be a classic, right? Quick said, if Logan gets through half of the next testimony quickly enough, those chances become 50-50. Oak says, speaking of live action things, Logan should watch live action One Piece. I should. I agree. I have no counter argument. I should, especially since from the little bit of One Piece I've seen, one of my favorite characters, as far as like the non-main crew characters, like side characters, is Buggy the Clown, and I've heard that he's great in it. I need to watch that. Magpie says, Logan, I'll send a clip to the Discord so everyone can learn about Danny Kaye. Thank you, Magpie. Rukov says, ad quote, come on, touch it. Touch my placard. Oh, that's why Rukov came back. Crystal says, laughing. Rukov says, I woke up to Logan saying, ad quote. Crystal says, got you to work already. And there's where the raid happened. And there was Lord Fifth with some emotes. Oak says, raid. And then Crystal says, hey, yo. Okay, so here's where I can scroll down a whole bunch because we did read a lot of this here. And so let me just find where we're at, then I'll get back into the game here. Let's see. I think about there. Yep, there we go. That's where I left off. So I just jumped really far ahead. So I'm probably much more close to catch up.
I was under this tree when I saw Mr. A Rebel.
Hold it! We're still gonna press all the statements in case there's anything else interesting. What were you doing under there?
Underwear.
Hey, you were doing underwear. Now what were you doing under that tree?
A lack of lateral thinking. That is a politician's downfall.
What?
That is why, if I'm elected, I will end trees. A vote for me is a vote for ending trees. I promise to think outside the box.
The question was, what were you doing under the tree, Mr. Retition Wimperson?
Huh. I suppose I can't expect a plebeian such as yourself to understand my grand design.
Oh yeah? Try me, oh lord, the plebe. Okay, I think I've asked this before. How do you guys pronounce this word? I've always said plebe and plebes. But in like recent years, I hear a lot of people say plebs. I always thought it was plebeian, but people say plebeian. But then again, you guys have taught me a number of times in the past, there are a lot of words that apparently I pronounce wrong. Oh lord of plebes. Mr. Attition Wimperson, I believe the court is well aware of your grand political vision. Now, let's have the rest of your testimony, if you please.
Oh, I can hardly wait for the upcoming election.
Have we found out like who he's running against? I mean, to be fair, he is an awful person, but there is a chance that his opponent might be like someone who, I don't know, just punches old ladies who are trying to cross the street or something.
He was running out the front door.
Hold it! Did you notice anything unusual?
Yes, his behavior was incredibly suspicious.
Well, I mean, that's fair. He acts very suspicious all the time. Have you seen like anything happens, he immediately pulls up his mask and is like looking around?
His eyes were darting all around as he ran off in a total panic.
Also, to be fair, did we ask Dats if he did a murder?
As soon as I saw that, I knew he had done something and it probably wasn't good.
Despite that, you still didn't report it to the police?
Who would have thought he had killed Dr. Buff? Not me, that's why I didn't report him.
So the witness didn't notify the police. Is that an important statement, Mr. Jesse? Yes, it is. That is also important. Do we have to like swap out stuff? Ha! Yes, it's important. I requested the witness add it to his testimony.
Oh, sure, why not?
So that's going to be the one that we present the evidence on. The fact that he's saying this, I had no idea that Dr. Buff was dead. That's why I didn't call the police. Because he was in the direct line of sight of the window. So there we go. We got it. Let me have a sip of water. I'm going to read a couple comments in the chat. Let's see. Quickity says, yup. I ran a stopwatch on the VOD. 21 exactly was like 21 and 0 seconds. Exactly. Quickity says, good times. 1:40:37. Oh, hey, now I'm only like 25 minutes behind. So that's good. I'm catching up a little bit. Lord Fifth says, bye-bye, have fun. Thank you so much again for the raid. Lord Fifth, you're probably already gone, but I appreciate you. Bye. Have a great rest of your night. Crystal says, night, Lord Fifth. Beowulf said, I don't know specifics on why the game crashes, but there's a whole graph which goes over odds and the exact circumstances you need to make the game crash. Quickity said, Apollo with this case. I thought this was a civil case. Lord Fifth says, I'll be in lurking for a bit. Just got to get ready for bed. Okay, so if you are still lurking, then hopefully you can hear me say, good night and thanks again, and have a great rest of your night and sleep well. Quickity said, good night in advance, Lord Fifth. Oh, there's a clip! Hang on. Is this a spoiler clip you were talking about, or is this just a clip from now? Let's see what this is. This is, it's 22 minutes ago, so this is a new clip. We're gonna load up on the clip viewer so we can all watch it. This is titled, Did You Mean Phoenix or Tigray here? Oh, crap, what did I say? Did I call him the wrong name? Let's watch this. Did you forget who you were up against, Mr. Justice? This bit. No, that's why we know we have a chance. Phoenix, we've worked with you. We know that you are a sham. You are a fraud. You are bad at your job. Huh? I mean, okay, where's the lie? Where is the lie? I mean, Tigray wasn't good either, but that doesn't mean that Phoenix is retroactively good. Quickity said, wait, did he pull an Edgeworth with updates on a death? The only difference was it was an updated autopsy report, but I don't think we had an autopsy report in the first place. Quickity said, now this testimony is the big boulder before the spoiler clip. It's only 50-50 here, y'all. It's possible I might have to yoink the guide for Logan for this section because it's so weird on some things here. I feel good about where I am, but let's keep going.
I had no idea that Dr. Buff was dead. That's why I didn't call the police.
You had no idea he was dead? In other words, you knew nothing about what had happened.
I am truly ashamed of myself.
Why?
There's been a gruesome murder in my beloved village. What a fool I've been. I was thinking only of the village's future and world peace. It seems my earnest attitude and industrious nature have come back to haunt me. I'm just too good of a person. Too good.
Only a politician would try to pass off self-aggrandizement as self-deprecation. It's like the opposite of a backhanded compliment. What would you call that? It's a humble brag. There's a word for it. It's a humble brag. Apollo, you think this is how all politicians will be from now on? Yes.
We're all doomed if they are.
Also, yes.
If you don't mind, I'd like to continue with my testimony. It was around 10 at night. Surely that must have been him fleeing the scene of his crime.
Hold it! But at the time, you didn't know the doctor was dead. Is that correct?
It's true that I've been known as a prodigy from a very young age. I graduated high school and college with exceptional grades as class president. I hate it when politicians do this. Not to get political, it's not like a partisan thing, but I hate when like politicians, instead of like answering the question, they give you their autobiography. I reformed stale old school traditions. My exploits were even covered in local papers. But as exceptional as I am, I can't possibly be expected to know everything at all times.
This isn't working. He keeps bending the questions to serve his own needs. Hang in there, Apollo! Mr. Attition Wimperson, I believe the court is well aware of your exceptional nature. It's like the third time Phoenix has said this. Now, would you please continue with your testimony?
Oh, I have the upcoming election in the bag.
Wouldn't it be great if, like, every time we press these statements, it is improving his numbers, and we accidentally get him reelected if we press all the statements, but if we only press the important ones, then he'd lose the election?
A vote for me is a vote to end such violence. That is my promise to you.
Hold it! So, how do you actually intend to end such violence?
Elite politicians such as myself never reveal their strategies. Did you really think I would divulge such sensitive information to the likes of you? You have to elect me. If you want to figure out what I'm going to do, I'm not going to tell you my platform.
Yeah, but surely you have some sort of campaign platform you're running on.
No comment.
Clearly, his is a platform told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Hey, look at that, Apollo's quoting Shakespeare. It's Macbeth, I believe, right? Life is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. I think it's part of the whole, all the world's a stage and weird, but players are... Is that Macbeth or is that Hamlet? I think it's Macbeth, right? I think, right? He said he saw deaths from under a tree. If that's true, then did you figure something out? Yeah, I think he's hiding some.
Let's take another look at the evidence, Athena.
Okay, so that was a long cross-examination, but I think I know what we gotta do. So we go to the part where he says, I had no idea Dr. Buff was dead, that's why I didn't call the police. We're gonna save right here, we're gonna present the evidence that shows the window wide open. Well, crap, it's either gonna be the evidence showing the window open, or it's gonna be the diagram. It's gonna be one of the two. I hope the game isn't gonna be really picky about it. Let me read a couple comments in the chat, though. Let's see, where did I leave off? Let's see, Crystal says, is it my network or is it Logan's? Find out after 2 minutes when I reset. I hope that fixes it. Queen Katie salutes. Crystal said, no need for 2 minutes. It was my network. Queen Katie said, you almost did Stranger Things? Oak said, here on my phone now. Queen Katie said, little does he know, hee hee, because the game is weird about this law. Queen Katie said, the guide said so. Magpie says, yee, that description of the Riddler at least sounds intriguing. I'm sick and tired of the laughing madman trope. The Joker hasn't been interesting since Batman, the animated series. Here's my main complaint with the Joker. And this was definitely a big thing in the, crap, I always get the two Snyders mixed up, not Scott Snyder, there we go. Scott Snyder in the New 52, the uber edgy, first of all, Joker ripping off his face thing. Every Joker story right now is obsessed with two things. Number one, that he's like obsessed with and loves Batman. It's like, yeah, we get it. And the other thing is, like, that he has just a crazy high body count. He'll go around this story, he'll kill like 200 people. You don't need to do that. I was thinking back to Batman the Animated Series in like the Laughing Fish episode, and he goes into that place to try and copyright the fish smile. And he doesn't kill a single person in that scene, obviously, because it's like, you know, cartoon. But he has just so much menace. Like, he doesn't need a big death count. And for one thing, like, having a huge death count makes you kind of feel like, okay, at this point, there is no justifiable reason why the police don't just run in there guns blazing and shoot the Joker the moment they see him. Like, it completely destroys immersion. But anyway, let's try this. So, I had no idea that Dr. Buff was dead. That's why I didn't call the police. So we're gonna present either the diagram, note the bookcase, large window, and second floor area. It's gonna be either the diagram showing that the window is here, or we're gonna present the photo that shows that the window was wide open and you could see right outside. I don't know which the game is gonna have us present. Did we save? Let's save just to be sure. And let's pick one of those. If it's the wrong thing, we'll present the other. And we'll just know the game is being a b-hole to us. Okay, present. Let's try the diagram first. Because this is what's gonna show the tree's relation to the window, which I think is just as important as the fact that the drapes were open, right? So let's try present.
Objection!
And we got it! Mr. Rotation Whipperson rather than Mr. Rebel. Wasn't there something else that should have had your undivided attention?
Like what? Oh, yes, of course. A politician must also keep his finger on the electorate's pulse and focus on...
Sorry, but you're way off. Hang on, I didn't see the rest of what he said.
And focus on the nation's...
Okay, there we go.
I am,
Would you care to explain, Mr. Justice? If the witness saw Mr. Rebel from his position here... Oh, so it looks like maybe I could have presented the picture as well. That he should have also been able to see the doctor's body! Let me read a couple more comments in the chat. Holy crap, almost caught up. Did everybody go to sleep? I just scrolled. I used to be like 25 minutes behind. Now I can see the end right there. Oh, wow. I'm going to catch up to chat. I mean, it is after the 2-hour mark. Speaking of which, because we're after the 2-hour mark, if people want to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions, then I'd appreciate that. Let's see. Crap, where did I leave off? Quick Gator said, little does he know, hee hee, because the game is weird about this. The guide said so. Oh, yeah, I already read that. There we go. Oak says, live action Buggy is immaculate. That's what I've heard. I've heard he's good. I was a little bit worried when I saw him. I can't remember why. There was something about like the very first shot of him that I thought, okay, now I remember what it was. Okay, I want to see the live action One Piece. I hear it's good. When the trailers came out for it, there was only one piece, two things if you count the fact that Usopp's nose wasn't long. I thought you just give him a long nose. But there was one thing about it that I didn't think looked good. And that was just the fact that what limited experience I have with One Piece, with watching like the first 170 something episodes, is that everything is very bright and colorful and vibrant. And a lot of that first trailer, a lot of stuff looked very kind of muted color palette stuff. And so I think the first shot of Buggy was like all in the shadows and everything. And I was like, oh crap, please don't. But it sounds like that they actually did a good job. So I'm still bummed if it's going to be like not as bright and colorful, but I have heard that it is still very, very good. Magpie says, plebeian. Okay, so am I right? Said, but pleb is just referring to the short form. I still choose to say plebe then, because it's an abbreviation for plebeian. Oak says, I love punching old ladies. So fun. Aww. Bill said, depends on the context. In this case, it's pleb. Plebeian is always like plebe, though. Am I allowed to still say plebe? May I plebe? Say plebe. Quickita said, yes, Logan, smart. We're basically good to go for the spoiler clip soon. Oh, okay. It says I should yoink them soon. It's not time yet, but soon. Okay, so let's keep going then. Then he should have been able to see the doctor's body. After all, who's right next to a huge window? I believe you have a point there. Please tell me Phoenix isn't going to chime in and say, oh, it's a big mansion. It had automatic blinds that close at 9 p.m. every night and open up at 6 a.m. or some crap like that. With the body that clearly visible to the witness, it's unthinkable he wouldn't have reported it to the police. So here's what I think. I think he did see Dats leaving. And all this means is that he saw Dats leaving before the murder took place, that he just wasn't dead yet. Right? And so that means that Dats could not have been the murderer. Why did Phoenix not freak out? Whenever we're Phoenix, he freaks out whenever he's wrong about something. Would the witness care to respond? Oh, he's asleep. Snot bubble. That's how you sleep in anime. Snot bubble. Oh, and he's okay. Did he fall asleep? Mr. Retition Wimperson! Oh, honk shoo. Honk shoo. Honk shoo. Mr. Retition Wimperson! Oh, scratch my chin. Oh, still no facial hair. One day it will grow in. There are many sides to any issue. What did I ever do to deserve this? You got involved with Phoenix Wright. That's what you did, Apollo. If you're a normal lawyer, you wouldn't be dealing with this crap, probably. In any case, I'd like the court to acknowledge the inconsistency in the witness's testimony. Mr. Retition Wimperson, did you really see Mr. Arubble? Yes. See, I think he's telling the truth about this. I just think that Dr. Buff wasn't dead yet. Uh-oh, what's with the ... though? Oh, and then he leaves. Hold it! Where do you think you're going? Oh, I thought I'd return to my seat, seeing as I had already answered the question. This isn't some small town hall debate, so you just stay right there until I say we're through. I'll have to run that by my campaign manager before Objection! Huh. Glare! That's right, I'm not just glaring, I'm saying the word glare. Chat, would glares be more threatening if you said the word glare when you glare? Gulp! Mr. Retition Wimperson, I think it's time for you to come clean. Okay, this is unrelated to anything, but for some reason, just this little transition here. I I'm suddenly having very fierce deja vu, and I don't know why, even though I've never played this case before. Oh, it's weird. Let me read some chat to kind of just ignore that. Let's see. Oak says, what is this, a job interview? Nathan Fielder? Nathan Fielder. I need to look up who that is. I'm not sure who that is. Hang on. Nathan Fielder. Nathan Fielder. Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen him. I've seen him and stuff. I just didn't know his name. He's funny. I like him. Let's see. Quick says 209. Look at that. I'm only 10 minutes behind now. Oak says, quote, I graduated from high school with really good grades with footage of a B. What? Quick said, we have an hour. The forecast is looking so risky right now. Oak says, holy crap, Logan is close to catching up. I know. I'm so close. You can't stop me. If Extemporaneous was here, he would try to stop me, but you guys can't. Magpie says, yes, exactly. Joker stories have been done. He's boring. See, I don't think it's that the character is boring. I just think it's that. Okay, I'm gonna vent for a little bit about modern comics because I was raised on Batman and X-Men comics, and I've given up on reading both of them in modern times. Because here's the big problem with the Joker. I don't think there's anything wrong with the character. I just think that modern writers don't know how to handle him. It's a combination of them feeling like every story with him needs to be a big, like Gotham is going to be destroyed story. It doesn't. It doesn't need to be the entire city is at war and burning and gonna fall apart. I'm sick and tired of seeing those. You don't need to see that. And I think the root of that problem is modern comic book writers, because comic books, Western comic books are becoming, sadly, such a dying medium that modern comic book writers no longer write just to write good stories. They write not for the story, they write for the press release. And that's all it is. You write to have some big shocking thing that they can have a press release about that all the comic book sites will pick up and like, oh my gosh, the Joker got his face ripped off. Oh my gosh, the Joker just murdered Bane in Arkham Asylum. Oh my gosh, the Joker might be immortal. You know, all this crap like that. So that then people will pick up the comic book, not because they heard, hey, the stories are really, really great, but just because like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Is this for real? I need to see that. And then they pick it up and then they drop it right back off because like the stories are crap. I was not a fan. I hate to say it. Like, I hate to sound negative. I did not like Scott Snyder's run on Batman. Tom King, I hated Tom King's run on Batman. And anyway, sorry, there's my rant. So I don't think it's the problem with the character. I think it's just that writers right now don't know how to do a good Joker story at the moment. The last good Joker story I remember actually reading a comic book, it was a very simple, basic story. It was the dumbest thing. It was one that I believe Paul Dini actually wrote the issue, if you can check. It was just a one-off issue. It was the simplest thing in the world. All it was that Robin was out and he was like fighting some bad guy or whatever, and he got like knocked down. He was kind of beaten up from some fight. And this car pulls up to like offer him a ride and get him out of there. And he's like, you know, any port in a storm or whatever. And he opens up and he climbs in, and the driver is the Joker, and he like pulls a gun on him. And it was like such a great concept because no, like Gotham City is burning, but it was just like the Joker is driving, and he was just driving around like hitting people with his car. He goes up to a fast food place and like shoots the clerk, and Robin is like in a daze and he's like tied up with the seatbelt, and he's got to find some way to free himself and stop the Joker from his driving rampage. Simple concept, so simple. Great story. And ever since then, I feel like all Joker stories have sucked. Also, what sucked was that was when Grant Morrison was writing, and he had this really, frankly, stupid idea with the Joker that had to retcon that story and say, no, that actually wasn't the Joker. That was someone pretending to be the Joker, because Grant Morrison's stupid story preoccupied the Joker with other stuff at the time, having him impersonate somebody else. And it was dumb. It was so dumb. I'm sorry, Grant Morrison, I know people love him. He should never be allowed near other people's characters, in my opinion. Sorry, that's enough of my nerd ranting. I'm a big comic book guy, and so like I feel sad seeing what comic books have become because I loved them. I grew up on them. When we would go on like road trips with my family, I would take like comic books with me to read in the car. And yeah, anyway, Magpie says, good Joker is Batman the Animated Series, where he's just a wacky dude, entirely unpredictable. He had an entire episode just harassing a guy to cut him off in traffic. That's where he's best. And that's the thing, like, he had menace in that episode. I know exactly the one that you're thinking of. He had menace in that episode, like he could kill somebody, or obviously he's not going to because it's a kids show. But it's not like some big, grandiose, destroy Gotham scheme, you know? So I won't say he's just a wacky dude. He is like an evil, unpredictable clown, but he's still a clown, you know? And there should also still be a sense of like weird humor to what he's doing, even if it's like sadistic humor, you know? Anyway, I'm getting off topic. That's my Batman stuff. I hope some of you other people in the chat, some of the other members of our community, like Batman enough to not have zoned out on that. Quick Kitty says, oh, it works for both. Guide said, study picture, huh? Fun. Oak says, you should raid me. What are you streaming right now? Bayo said, also, if you want a good live action adaptation, Alice in Borderland was really good. Like a year or so, when was the first season that came out? When the first season came out, I mentioned that on stream. It is really good. I have mixed feelings about the ending when they reveal what the Borderland was, but it's really good. And in fact, is Evie still here? Probably not. But I mean, it also has like a lot of Alice in Wonderland symbolism. There's like, you know, the Queenie's queen. There's Usagi, who's the rabbit, and it's really good. It is very violent because it is a death game thing. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pitch it really quickly to you. If you guys haven't watched it, it's on Netflix. Alice in Borderland. Here's the concept. So it's these three friends and they're running around in Tokyo and Shibuya or whatever. And then suddenly there's this big event. I won't go into the details. And they just kind of wake up and Tokyo is like mostly empty. And there's other people and stuff like that. And what it is that you have to go around and you have to play these games, okay? These death games, basically. And if you survive a death game, you get a certain number of days added to your visa. And if your visa reaches 0, a laser from the sky shoots you through your brain and kills you, like no matter where you are. And so basically you're forced to keep playing these death games in order to keep doing it. And so it's about this guy. In the English dub, they call him Arisu, but it's really just a transliteration of Alice. It's Arisu. And he's like going around with Usagi, rabbit. And there's all these characters and all sorts of stuff happens. But here's an example of one of the games I'm going to tell you. So they do this one where they go into a building. Crap, I'm trying to remember exactly how it was. It's basically like tag, more or less. They're in this apartment building, and they have to find, I think it was some like device they had to turn off or diffuse or something like that. Meanwhile, there's someone who's running around trying to get them. But what the it person is someone with a mask and like an Uzi, like an automatic gun, just like shooting people. And so like people are scrambling around this person. It's hard to describe. It's good though. It's really good. It is one of those shows though that makes you feel like anything could happen at any time, because it's also one of those shows like important characters could just very suddenly get killed off. Anyway, I know I'm chasing away lurkers by ranting about the stuff like this, but yes, Beowulf, Alice in Borderland, very good. Based on a manga. Never read the manga. I hear there's like an anime OAV or OVA or however you say it of like the first story arc, but I've also never seen that. I think it's like 3 episodes or something. Anyway, let's keep going. Mr. Retition Wimperson, I think it's time for you to come clean. Huh? So then, does this mean he didn't see Mr. Rebel? As your lawyer, Mr. Retition Wimperson, I advise you to divulge the matter we discussed. Silence is no longer an option. Why is Phoenix evil? Is he LT Gray again? Would he have been wearing this costume even if we didn't put him in this? Are you sure about this? I'm in the midst of running for office. I can't afford to let any strange rumors get out. It's going to turn out he wasn't just hiding behind the tree. He was doing it with the tree. He's arbor-sexual. And that's going to be the scandal. Don't worry. You won't suffer any blowback for what you're about to reveal. Blowback? Is that a sex thing? I'm not sure I like the sound of that, Mr. Wright. Not to worry, Your Honor. Nothing untoward will come of this, I promise. Now then, Mr. Justice. Remember how it was an anonymous caller that reported the doctor's death? Oh, crap. Is politician the anonymous caller? I thought it was That's a Rebel. Come to think of it, Emma, who was the first one to discover the body?
About that, whoever it was, it seems they wanted to remain anonymous.
What?
It happens now and then. Some people would rather not get involved with the police.
But was it a self-report? Huh? Is that, like in Among Us when you kill someone and then you self-report the body to get suspicion off of you? I think it was a self-report. Why, you're not saying that... Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. The anonymous source who contacted the police after discovering the body was... my client, Mr. Paul Attition Members. I love how nervous he's like, placard. The scotch tape isn't showing up, is it? Oh. We're 2.5 hours into stream. I don't know where it's gone. I feel like I've done nothing tonight, but I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. Oak says, it's not as bright, but it's definitely colorful. Live action One Piece has a lot of colors. I do need to watch it. I'm just so far behind on everything. I feel like my top priority is getting caught up on the various anime shows that I'm watching. So that means the current season of My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer. I did just watch, okay, any of you guys seen this? I watched the first episode of Dan to Dan the other day. I mean, not for everybody. There's some content that is not for all ages. But it's a really good show. At least the first episode is so far. Hard to tell exactly what the show is going to be about. But any of you guys seen Dan to Dan yet? Magpie says, I am spending goodness knows how long setting up my favorite Magpie emotes on my El Gato so I can, little bird face, even when I'm on my PC. Oh, that's right, because like the O has the little thing above it. I actually, like, a while back for, was it a Christmas present? Got like a mini Steam Deck. It only has a few buttons on it, but I can't figure out how to use it. What would be the best things to use it for? Quickie said the deja vu might because other prosecutors have done this before. Maybe that's what it was. It was just this weird sense. It was like of the exact wording, and I don't know why. It just, you know, deja vu. It's like inexplicable. Quickie said, I don't know who exactly, but I think Nayuta said something similar in the Magical Turnabout. So maybe that's. So maybe you're both right. Maybe that's what it is. Or not both. That's just you, Quickie. Maybe you're right. Oak with a highlighted message saying, ooh, wee, I can highlight my message. I bet it looks so cool and important right now. Wee! Purple! Can I change that to different colors? Could I make that orange? Quickie said purpleness! Or as Luigi would say, purple. Oak says, Nathan, for you is one of the strangest and funniest shows ever. I've never seen this whole show. I've seen like clips people have posted online, and it is very, very funny. Oak said there's an episode where he does a challenge to learn how to pick locks, and the incentive to do it, ... Magpie says, yes, exactly, I'm with you, Logan. It's not that the Joker is terrible forever, but it is that I'm so tired of how current writers handle him. Joker needs to be on a break for like 10 years. Let other villains be cool. I don't think it even needs to be that long. Like, I would say 4 or 5 years is probably plenty. But yeah, it's been an issue. Oh, another thing that I think I'm not a fan of what current writers have been doing. I also feel like in addition to writing for the press releases, there's a lot of them that are writing for the movie credit, by which I mean they're trying to come up with some big bombastic story that surely someone will want to adapt into a movie because it's going to be so big and cinematic, and especially go, I'm going to create a character that'll become immediately a fan favorite and force it down the reader's throats so that surely they'll want to adapt this character into a movie, and I'll get a so-and-so created by such and such in the movie credit and get some sweet, sweet movie residuals. I feel that way about, for example, the character Punchline. Are you familiar with her? Who's basically like Harley Quinn, except they kind of are making Harley Quinn slightly less evil lately, and so it's like Harley Quinn but still evil or something like that. It's just another clown sidekick / ex-girlfriend of Joker's. Oak says, oh, here's the incentive is to learn to pick a lock within a minute, so he builds a robot that will pull down his pants if he can't pick a lock within a minute. And he's got, yes. And that's the thing, he's got a bunch of kids and eyes of children. Is that the whole thing that it'll make him a sex offender? Because he has to do it so the pants won't come down, because if the pants come down, and didn't he have like a police officer like watching to like arrest him for being a sex offender? I've seen this. So he builds a robot that pulls down his pants, can't pick a lock within a minute, and so he got an audience of children watching along with a cop to arrest him to the area, so he fails to get arrested and becomes a registered sex offender. This is not an exaggeration. I have seen that clip. I remember that. Moke says, no, I'm sorry, I'm not a streamer. You shouldn't raid me. Aw, Quickie is a 224.46. I'm still just 9 minutes behind, that's all. And Oak says, I was lying. And Bale said it was like a combination of hide and seek and tag, but with guns. And once again, I can see the end of chat in sight, so I should probably get back to the game here. All right, my client, Mr. Paul Attition Wimperson. What? Oh, you don't say. So you see, he played his part as a concerned citizen quite admirably, if I may say so. Isn't that right? Yes, indeed. In our society today, there are too many who choose indifference over righteous action. But I don't number among them. That's why I did my duty as a concerned citizen. And once again, we have someone admitting to perjury. He's admitting he lied when he specifically said that he didn't contact the police. One might call me the model citizen, one worthy of standing above the rest. Yeah, what a real standard bearer he is, reporting it anonymously. Actually, I don't know. That's nothing too bad about that if you really think about it. He's not, like, you're not seeking glory. Except he's not doing it for good reasons. We know that. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Justice, wasn't there someone else at the scene of the crime when my client discovered the body? You mean Mr. Rebel, don't you? Oh, crap. He would have been leaving the doctor's house right around then. Oh, wait. That means... Yes, it does. In short, what my client witnessed was Mr. Rebel fleeing the scene of a heinous murder. What? And that's not all. Based on what we've heard so far, Mr. Rebel looked exceedingly suspicious, and that's putting it mildly. We already know the Defiant Dragons threatened the doctor with bodily harm. Ha! And now that they've killed him, the so-called orb transfer agreement is null and void! And they did a murder and should be arrested for that. Null and void! I've read a couple more comments in the chat. I may catch up now. Oak says, I'd have sex with a tree? I feel like that's a surefire way to get splinters, just saying. Oak said, I need to watch that episode. I've heard good things, and they are really hyping it up. Quick said, gonna yoink. Sleep got me now, but there's still a half hour. Quick Katie's still a half hour, or 25 minutes. Still a half hour. Okay, so let's keep playing then, because I can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5 comments before I catch up. Ah! I'm getting tired of this. Just tell us why Phoenix is being a jerk already. Apollo, if we don't come up with some sort of counter-argument, what sort of evidence do you have? Can you actually prove that it was Mr. Rebel who killed the doctor? That move had desperate written all over it. That's all I've got, so I'm going with it. Oh, how I relate to Apollo. Desperation is all I've got, so I'm going with it. Evidence? Well, I suppose it's true that I don't have any. There, Judge! He doesn't have evidence! He doesn't have evidence! There's no evidence, Judge, no evidence! No evidence! I know it! But I do have another witness! Okay, crap, who, we already had it. Oh, is it gonna be Sarge? Sarge is like the only person that we talked to in the case besides, or Pearl. It'll be Sarge or Pearl. Or Dirk. I'm gonna guess Sarge, because Pearl, like her whole thing was just being at the main area, like painting the picture of Dr. Buff, right? You do? You should know I always come fully prepared, Mr. Justice. You never come fully prepared, Phoenix! You're a liar! You're a bluffing liar! And my new witness will provide testimony proving Mr. Rebel's guilt. Oh, here's the question. If Sarge is the witness, when Sarge comes, will it be in remote controlled helicopter mode? Or are we gonna finally see Sarge? Because I told you, I had 2 guesses. Sarge is either gonna be a dainty little girl or a middle-aged man-child. I think there is like no in between. A new witness? I wonder who it could be. Very well, bailiff, please summon our new witness. In the meantime, the court will take a brief recess. I'd like both sides to use this time to prepare properly, understood? Also, hug it out. You two are supposed to be friends. I'm gonna be honest, I ship the two of you. I've written Mania Phoenix Wright X Apollo Justice /fic. Oh, and they are explicit. Gavel slam! May 17th District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Oh, wow, I knew Mr. Wright would put up a tough fight, but... Yeah, just when I thought we had him, he turned the tables on us. Also, let me remember to save again. I'm trying to remember to do that periodically here. We still got like 20 minutes. Maybe I should just fully catch up to chat. Magpie says you got to install the program that lets you use the Elgato. Then you can set up a link to one of the websites or apps, input text, or do a string of actions. I made one to open a specific link, copy all of the text on it, and then close the link just for work reasons, copying a template. Interesting, because I do have like other Elgato things. This wonderful microphone is Elgato. My capture card for when I play games on Switch or PS4 is Elgato. And so I maybe I already have some Elgato software. I don't know. Quick said the chances have been booted back to like 35% now. By the way, no. Quick said lol. Oak says best clip in the show. Oh, Quick with a right suggestion. Hang on. Let me copy this down into my text file over here. Because we are getting, semi-close-ish in another like 20 minutes or so to when we're going to finally need to be like using our rate suggestions. So thank you very much, Queen Katie. I will copy that down. And let's see here. Crystal says, what was that for, Crystal? Crystal says, why is Phoenix being a meanie? Were you screaming at Phoenix? I thought something happened. Magpie says, ooh, you're making it to the next one. Spoiler clip soon if he gets there. It's like 80%. How'd it go down to 34% and now up to 80? Or 35% and then up to 80? Crystal said years of work, yet Judge doesn't know that Phoenix is bluffing his way out. Oak says, ad quote, blowback, is that a sex thing? I'm not sure if I like that, Mr. Wright. Logan as Judge. That's our judgy. Hang on, I need a sip of water. Hang on. Oak says, sorry it took so long to quote that. I was going to wait until the judge showed up because I don't know his name, and then the game didn't even show his name. Oh, Oak, here's the thing. His name is never actually said officially, but my belief and my understanding is I think somebody said that like this is a headcanon of a lot of people in the community is that his name is Judge Udgy, because there was a case in the very first game called Rise from the Ashes where this one guy kept calling him Judge Udgy, and you couldn't tell if it was like kind of a nickname, hey, come on, Judge Udgy, or if it was like that's actually his name, because nobody else has called him that since. But I still choose to call him Judge Udgy. I think it was UDGEY. Wasn't that how it was? Judge Udgy. So there you go. Judge Udgy. All right, let's play a little bit more because we're 80%. We got to get to wherever that spoiler clip is. Oh, maybe the spoiler clip is going to be seeing Sarge and seeing okay, so now I'm excited. I want to see if Sarge is like a little girl or a middle-aged man-child. He really is the turnabout terror. Have we heard other people call him that before? We can't let him blindside us again. Looks like they got me again. Yeah. That's his thing, and he's just go to prison for this. But I don't think he realizes that we have capital punishment in Japanifornia. He gonna die. 3 times in 1 year. That's a new record. I'm not even gonna shout chairman on that because that's just his name. That's please. No more records or bad puns while you're at it. It's hard enough trying to help you as it is. Roger that. I'll be more careful next time. That's is what Mr. Wright said true. Did you really pay a visit to Dr. Buff that night? Sure did. Can't remember the exact time though. All I know is he wouldn't hand over the orb. So I killed him. Don't tell the judge. Someone put it into his head that we rebels were dangerous. You terrorists! That's why he threw me out. So the doctor was still alive when Dad last saw him. They'll still have to prove it though. Better brace yourself, son. The next witness's testimony could make or break this case. Yeah, I know. Hey, hi, where's Trucy? She went to go see her dad. Oh, that's right, because she was all upset that we're fighting. Maybe she's still mad. More like worried. Worried that this trial will create a rift between you two. Well, it already has twice with those bad endings we got. And that you might leave the agency. Even if it doesn't create a rift, I'm gonna be honest, that doesn't sound like a bad career move. Ha! She has an active imagination. I have 0 career prospects outside of this place. Excuse me, the trial will be resuming shortly. Well, let's go see what new testimony awaits us. All right, recess is done. Back in now. See, Chris with an emote. Quick said, yee, Judgy doesn't have an actual name, law. I still say Judge Udgy. Crystal says, we named him Judge Udgy. There we go, see.
May 17th, District Court Courtroom number 6. All right, court is back in session. We're going to have a witness whom I assume will be just a normal human being, not an animal nor inanimate object. Mr. Wright, you said you had a witness.
Your Honor, I would like to call the lone survivor of the doctor's murder to the stand. What? He can't mean that Sarge is here? You mean Dr. Buff's reclusive son? How'd you get him to cooperate? Okay, so we are calling Sarge a son and him. I mean, I guess Apollo has heard the voice over the speaker, so he'd know if it was like a son or a daughter. I still think it's gonna. I still think it might be a daughter, might be a little girl. Maybe use like a voice modulator. That's a thing. Nothing a little persuasion couldn't handle. The poor child only agreed to help if it meant catching the killer. Getting a kid like that to overcome his fear, now that's impressive. This must be really important testimony for the kid to come out in public like this.
Gavel slam! Very well, Mr. Wright. Please call your witness to the stand.
Yeah, nothing. No legs. Just a helicopter. I love it.
Oh my! Are we doing this? I could have retired last year, but the thought of doing nothing until I die saddened me. But no, this is worse. This is worse than any heck death would bring.
Sergeant Buff at your service, sir!
He's here as the drone? Really?
Mr. Wright, what exactly is the meaning of this?
Past trauma has rendered it impossible for the witness to venture into public. Leaving home was hard enough, and it seems leaving the witness lobby was just too... Oh, okay, so Sarge is in the witness lobby, so we're gonna see Sarge! We are gonna see Sarge! But I would still like to continue with the testimony delivered via this drone.
I understand. It must be terrible to lose one's father like that.
I hope there's like a bailiff out with Sarge making sure that Sarge isn't like, because I feel like if you had something like this, someone on a drone or walkie-talkie, you'd want to make sure that no one's like feeding the witness lines, right? I'll read some more. Oak says, I ship the judge and me. Crystal says, screenshotted. Oak said, screenshot all you want. I'm not ashamed of who I am. I am married, but I would leave my partner for the judge and Ace attorney. The thing is, like, you also mentioned, like, where you are in high school, Oak. So it's like, I assume it's like a promise ring type of a marriage. Or is it like when I play Persona and I'm like, this is protagonist's wife now. Oak says, or threesome, I suppose, with the judge, with Judge Udgy. Quick said, to be fair, Logan, I was losing hope during the Joker rants, lol. Said, dang, the sleep gummy has affected my thinking cells already. Well, you took it when there was still a half hour in the stream. Let's see, Oak said, tee-hee, I'm being tried for murder, blah, dat. Oak said, Apollo, bad Uncle Dads, you're not doing a good job. Oh, there's multiple clips. Wait, are these the spoiler clips? I don't know if we're allowed to see these yet. Let me play a little bit, and then we'll see if I'm allowed to watch these spoiler clips. I'm assuming that's what they are.
I understand it must be terrible to lose one's father like that. But testimony via remote control toy? Well, let's take things for a spin and see how it goes.
You know what? That is Judge Udgy's, I think, judicial philosophy in a nutshell. He would be good at improv. He yes-ands the crap out of everything. Just who's piloting this trial anyway? The judge sure warmed up to the idea fast. I think the phrase you're looking for is gave up.
You disappoint me, Corporal Justice, to think I once called you a... No, not the Corporal! Defending the man who killed Papa! That's full-on treason, soldier!
What was it that he said before he started shooting? To think I once called you comrade. That's what it was. It's like the third time he's killed me. I'm so tired of getting murdered by this character. Let me scroll down a little bit and see if Queen Katie says if this is okay. It says, oh, please, Sarge, use your guns here, lol. Yep, they're the Sarge clips. All good, all good. Okay, so we can check out these spoiler clips. There are 2 spoiler clips. We're gonna check these out and see what they are. Let me load these up in the clip viewer, so 1 second here. then we will be back to this wonderful, delightful whimsy and bullets. This clip is from 7 days ago, titled, I don't think so. So let's see here. See, Nora said, okay, we need to see Sarge in this case. My guess is we'll probably see Sarge, because there's going to be multiple trial days in this one, obviously. It's like the last case. There'll be either 2 or 3 trial days. I'm thinking we're going to see Sarge, but probably not in the first day. Maybe in the second day, or during the second investigation or something like that. We could have said, I was talking about like seeing Sarge's human form, but to be fair, this just shows you guys who say like, oh, Logan's so good at guessing. I was completely wrong about that. So let me load up. There is a second clip here, and then we will get back to the game. The second clip is titled, what is this? Hang on. Sarge rewards you a medal for this. Okay. Oh, this is from 5 hours ago. So this is, wait. Oh, it was clipped 5 hours ago, not from a stream 5 hours ago. Because I was gonna say I wasn't streaming 5 hours ago. So let's watch this.
According to the doctor's child.
Oh yeah, Sergeant. Are we gonna have Sergeant Buff testify? It'll just be like the floating helicopter on the stand. Oh, that'll be delightful. I was right, and it is delightful. It is very delightful. Thank you very much for the clips, Queen Katie. Oak says, I'm not technically married, but I did propose using ring pops. Oh, it's adorable. Okay, let's play a little more. Let's see him.
Defending the man who killed Papa? That's full-on treason, soldier! I hereby demote you back to private!
Aw, I wanted Sarge to like us. Corporal, private, what's he talking about, Apollo? I joined the militia. That's okay, I've also been helping out terrorists, so I think that's like the less bad thing. It's a long story. Now then, are you ready to testify, youngster? I just want to ruffle your hair. If you're a little kid, ruffle your hair. Oh, what's that helicopter? It cut off my fingers.
Locked and loaded, sir, ready to rain lead down upon the perpetrator.
I like that the color of the eyes changes based on emotion, too.
Witness testimony, what happened that evening?
Papa met with someone the night he died. I didn't have eyes on the ground as I'd already mounted my siege defense, but I did hear him arguing with someone in his study. From my window, I saw the one designated Dats getting ejected from the premises.
Well, there you go. That means that he's not the murderer. In order to be ejected by someone, that someone doing the ejecting has to be alive and not have been murdered by the ejectee.
After that, the man lingered around the perimeter for some time. He must have regrouped and killed my papa in the study later. I just know it.
Well, then how long was Paul Attition Wimperson getting it on with the tree next to the window? If he regrouped and came back later? Oh, so we're saying he probably came back later, and then that's when he saw him leaving. Okay, now I get what the claims are.
So he was thrown out, but later returned and committed the murder, did he?
Yes, Your Honor. So the man my client saw really must have been the fleeing Mr. A Rebel. Objection!
Oh, objection! Objection! Holding my fist. Oh, shaking a little bit. I'm being serious right now. Right, you backstabbing no-go. Okay, I didn't kill no one.
This is fair. We're friends with him. We friended a sewer man.
It's the enemy! Ready all missiles and fire! Whoa! Whoa!
I lived. I survived.
Oh my goodness. That was a close one.
Capitalist pig, I'll turn you into pork stroganoff! And that's just a taste of my ultimate anti-swine weapon!
Whoa, with Fire's missiles too, dude, there are like giant missiles dangling from it. You think those are for show?
Yes, well, the witness is all yours, Mr. Justice.
Cross-examination. What happened that evening? Oh my gosh. I am equal parts delighted by what is happening, but also just a little bit, I'm kind of done with certain aspects of this. In a good way. In a good way. Let me read some more of the chat. We only got like 6 minutes till the 3-hour mark. I think it's probably okay if I fully catch up. I probably will in just a moment. Let's see, Queen Katie said, Judge has literally spoke to a ghost before, one that has murdered before, so yeah, he's seen everything. Yeah, so he should be like totally cool with this. Like, yeah, it's not a big deal. Just a few months ago, we had a whale on the stand. Queen Katie said, yes. He said, yes, the bullets, yeah. Queen Katie, did you want to see me get killed again? Oak said, so I assume that means that a court of law would agree to our marriage. If it's ring pops, they're probably legally binding. Except I think you need like a witness or a certain number of witnesses. I think that's how it works. Bale said, not gonna lie, totally something I'd do. Oak said, I think this is the earliest time I've ever seen Logan caught up to chat. We've done before. There have been times in the past we've even done before the 1 hour mark, if it's like really sleepy. Oak said, or technically 5 chats behind. Oak says to Beowulf, my partner and I were basically dating before I asked him out. Queen said, by the way, after this testimony is the mood matrix section. We have 2 of them at that. Mood matrices are not a mood to me. Oak said, for a solid year, we were basically married. Then we officially married with ring pops. Queen said, missiles? Huh, salute. Oak said, what do you mean Dats is a capitalist? Dats is an anarchist. Literally the opposite. Well, I feel like an anarchist would just be different, would be the opposite of any governmentist. So not just like capitalist, but like any type of like. But then again, I'm gonna go back and say that Sarge then is just a little girl and doesn't know the difference between different political movements. I believe. Krista with a salute. See, oh, Vex is here saying I've arrived. How you doing, Vex? You're here just in time for these shenanigans that we're going through. Oak says, speaking of stroganoff though, beef stroganoff is so good. Yes. Just yes, beef stroganoff is very good. Vex said, who said Dats was a capitalist? I will fight you, lighthearted. No, earlier it was Sarge. Earlier someone said that Dats is an anarchist, but Sarge just called Dats a capitalist pig and swine. Quickly said, welcome! It's 2:54:12, so we have some time left before the wind down. So look at that, I'm only 2 minutes behind. That's all. That is all. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see if we can get through at least pressing all the statements. I don't know if we'll be able to get through presenting the evidence.
Like, Papa met with someone the night he died.
Hold it! Your father met with someone? Could you be more specific?
No, I was in the midst of a crucial defense siege operation.
Right. You're referring to how you don't leave your room, correct?
You never know when the enemy might be lurking outside the siege perimeter.
What about, school? Also, defecation?
I don't go to boot camp, I'm a soldier. A sergeant doesn't associate with rookies still too green to fight.
Okay, so the question is, does that mean the Sarge is homeschooled? Or does that mean Sarge is like 4 years old? I'm going to assume 4 years old. Oh, with a kid like this, I bet Dr. Buff wouldn't be getting any rest in the afterlife either. It was very brave of you to come to the courthouse today. But what was that you said about a siege defense?
Oh, that? Well, I didn't have eyes on the ground as I'd already mounted my siege defense, but...
Hold it! Sarge, I've always wondered. Who or what are you battling? I'm going to guess social anxiety. Or maybe it's what's called agoraphobia, which is the fear of the outdoors. It could be either. It could also just be that Sarge is really, really gross and smells bad. And everybody else has just said, stay in your room.
That's classified.
Aw, sad eyes. Even so, it may be relevant to this case. Objection! I don't know if you're the right person to be asking about things like that. What is that supposed to mean, Phoenix? Are you accusing Apollo of being a shut-in? That's right. Such matters need to be handled with a certain delicacy. Oh, I guess curiosity got the better of me.
You're all talk and no action, soldier! Out on the battlefield, it ain't the number of pretty words in your repertoire, but the number of bullets in your gun belt that counts.
Easy for you to say. You're the one with all of them. Would the witness please tell this court what he saw and heard that night?
I didn't hear him. Oh, I did hear him arguing with someone in his study.
Hold it! What was the argument about? It's about the orb, right? Because, I mean, Dad's even told us that he went there and he refused to give him the orb, so that's the argument that he's talking about. So this is, like, 100% real. This is correct. It's just that he's assuming he came back and murdered him that doesn't add up.
I heard things like, where's the orb? And are you Defiant Dragons really criminals? It sounded real volatile, like a war might break out at any second.
So the two of them had an argument when Dats came to get the orb. Did you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, I heard them arguing and then silence. From my window, I saw the one designated Dats getting ejected from the premises.
Hold it! I should probably also read some more in the chat, by the way. Let's see, where to live off. Oak says, hi! I think one of my friends were around when that happened. Wait, what happened? What happened? What happened? I don't know what happened. Vex said, Dats is a communist. I'm doing all right. Wait, hang on. I don't think like the Divine Rebels have like explained what their political ideology is other than they want defense attorneys to not be killed. I'm not gonna get political, but I don't think that is a tenet of communism or any other political ideology, to be totally honest. Oak says Sarge is very poorly versed in political economic systems. I bet Dats is as well. Vex said Dats is commu-anarchist. Is that even a thing? I feel like those can't combine, because isn't communism also means centralized ownership of all private property, whereas anarchism is no government? You can't have centralized ownership of property if there is no centralized thing in existence. I'm very confused. You know, I'm just gonna accept it face out. He's a terrorist. That is all that matters. Oak said, I am secretly 4 months old. I'm really smart. Newborn? You're 4 months old and you're a newborn? How long was that labor? Oak says, I grow up fast. Agoraphobia mentioned. I don't mean that in a positive sense. I just have agoraphobia. Okay, so like you relate to it then. So like I said, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's social anxiety. Maybe it's that. I don't know. So are we okay with going until we finish pressing these statements? Because I just realized we are past the 3-hour mark right now. Oak says, Streamlabs, I love you. Streamlabs, kiss me. Wait, why? Wait, Streamlabs. Oh, it's the Discord thing. And the thank you for being here thing. Oak says, when I proposed to my partner, is your partner Streamlabs? Quickity said 30138, and then I was almost caught up, and then another thing appeared. And Oak said, yeah, that's fine. And there, 3 hours, 2 minutes, and 24 seconds. I caught up to chat for the first time of the night. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. How was Mr. Rebel acting?
Like a conquered trooper retreating with his tail between his legs.
A trooper? Well, I guess he does dress like he's the military. I bet those two would have really hit it off had they met under different circumstances. Yeah, I can see that.
And so the defeated soldier was expelled, but that wasn't the end. After that, the man lingering around the perimeter for some time.
Hold it! That does seem suspicious.
He kept hiding behind trees and telephone poles and stealing glances at our house.
Well, he couldn't exactly leave without the orb.
I bet he was angry that he'd been kicked out.
Oh, okay, that's it. That's all right, yeah, okay. So one more statement of press, and then we got this.
He must have regrouped and killed my papa in the study later. I just know it.
See, this is all supposition. We shouldn't even need to present evidence. This is, and in fact, I think that's the thing, right? Can't you in court just say objection? I don't know if that's the right word, but like supposition. It's just, it's something like that, though, right? But don't you keep your front door unlocked? If so, then anyone could have got in.
That's true. Papa didn't keep our house locked up. He said there was no need, because there were only good people in Karain Village.
He had met politician, right? Yet he ended up dead anyway.
Only a monster could have did what they did to my con-trusted Papa. There will be no mercy. I vow swift and terrible vengeance. I'll carpet bomb the killer with everything in my arsenal. Fire! No, not again! Gonna dodge!
Stop killing the gallery! Well, I sympathize with you, witness. You will refrain from firing Gatling guns in this court.
So Sarge saw Dats too. And just when I thought things couldn't get any worse. Wonder why he hung around after being thrown out. I hate to say this, but if Dats is proven to be the killer, we'll lose the orb to the plaintiff. So our only option is to prove the Defiant Dragons had nothing to do with the murder. Okay, so we didn't get any extra statements. So let's also save again. So this is where we're gonna have to review the court record. We're gonna read some more in the chat though, because there are a few more comments now. Quiggity said, Pops confetti, yay, yay! Oak says, yay! Vex says, socialism is centralized ownership and communism is equally distributed ownership of the people. But how can you do that without I don't know, without the central? So anarchist communes are a very real thing and honestly, a pretty ideal society in theory, in my opinion. Well, I will say this, beyond that statement that you said, as I've said before, the way I define it when I do have my rule of no politics, I will not comment on, nor read, nor, frankly, after that, allow any endorsements or demonizations of any political ideology. I just want to nip that in the bud, make sure this doesn't get into like people saying, this is good, this is bad, this is like, because that type of thing is just, political opinions are very important, but just not the place for them, you know? I don't mean that as any offense, but I just want to make sure that like that doesn't turn into a discussion about that type of thing. Oak says, yeah, as far as I know, anarchism isn't necessarily no government, it's just small communities. See, I thought that there was a different word for that. Oak says, I mean, there are branches of anarchism that have absolutely no government, but not all. It just means very small government where the community decides on things together, which is how communism and anarchism can go together. Quiggity said, I have a guide if you get stuck. I have faith in you. I may need it next time, we'll see. Vex says, my bad. No, I wasn't complaining. I wasn't like accusing you of anything. I just want to make sure it doesn't turn into something like that, because that was fine like that, because that's basically just describing, you did mention like, in my opinion, there's whatever, that's fine. I just get nervous because I have been in too many situations, mainly like offline in real life and type of stuff, where like somebody just mentioning a political thing is like, I like this political thing, has turned into arguments where feelings have gotten hurt, you know? Because I always, in my personal opinion, I've mentioned before, I do think politics are important. Just like I think going to the bathroom is important, bodily functions are important, but there's always a time and place. Like I wouldn't want someone pooping in my living room. Pooping is important, but you go to the bathroom for that. And so I think it's the same thing with politics. It's important. I think it's great that people are politically engaged and involved and have their beliefs and all that stuff. I just you know, I just don't want it like in the chat, if that makes sense. Crystal said, it's fine, Vex. Yeah, like I said, it's totally fine. Like, I'm not upset. I also want to make sure I didn't offend you by saying that. Vex says, I love Sarge. Sarge is fun. I do wish Sarge would stop murdering me, but Sarge is fun. Generally speaking, I get a little bit peeved when people murder me repeatedly. But as long as it's from a fun person, it's like, you guys have seen that meme where it's like a line graph of like the hotness to crazy ratio type of a thing for whether it's okay to date someone. It's the same thing with a delightfulness to murdering me ratio, I think. And Sarge is still on the delightful side of things, but could a few more murders and I could go the other way. Let's see, Queen said getting EP, so I'll do my message now. Thank you for a very, checks notes, whimpering stream. It's been fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's been, like the second half I think was a little bit sleepier, but I've enjoyed it. Not like super eventful, but I just love that I get to see you guys and hang out with you guys. Like when I don't stream on days like, you know, Mondays and Wednesdays and Saturdays, I get bummed out. I miss seeing you guys. Oak says going to the bathroom is important, but there is a time and a place. Exact, it's true. Queen said, see you next time for maybe more flashbacks. Crystal says to Oak, I mean. Oak says, and the time is 11:38 a.m. and that place is the parking lot behind the Denny's. Well, at least it's not on the table in the Denny's. Crystal says, based. Sarge is awesome. Oak says, and you can't do it any other time or place. Says, yeah, it was a fun stream. Okay, we did only have one raid suggestion. I need to check and see if that raider is still live. Nope. that raider is not live. So I'm gonna have to check and see if anyone I know is live right now. Let's see. We could raid Orbalist, who's playing Pokemon right now. Unless anybody else has any other raid suggestions, I'll load this up and have it queued up. But I will give you a second while I'm telling any lurkers out there. I want to give you the rundown of the channel. Oh crap! Why is that making noise? I had muted. Oh, it's because I brought up some clips earlier that made noise. Okay, but yes, for anyone who's lurking, we stream Tuesdays, Thursday. Oh, and I should also mention, by the way, it looks like Orbalist is playing a Pokemon trading card game. It looks like it's an not unboxing, but what do you call it? Unbagging, where you open the cards and you see what cards you're getting. I actually think those types of things can be kind of fun, even when it's stuff that I don't know about. It's just neat seeing things. Let's see. But yeah, so like I was saying, lurkers. Hi, lurkers. I love you, lurkers. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternating between this, Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, and Persona 3 Reload, the episode I Guess the Answer DLC. So that's what we're going to be doing on Tuesday. No stream tomorrow. Tomorrow, however, I will post on Discord the schedule because all this month, Friday streams are Friday Fright Days, where we're doing scary, spooky horror games with the Bahawa.
Thank you for the stream. It was a lot of fun. D good night.
D good night. Ah, blow! D good night, and T. Thank you so much, Oak, for the 10 bits. I appreciate that very, very much. So here, and let me go ahead and by the way, initiate that raid command here, since so it looks like we will be raiding Orbalist here. And thank you so much for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate that, even though you're still doing boo at the end, but I guess better than doing the boo bee earlier. Although, to be honest, in real life, I'd rather encounter a booby than a ghost, I think. Let's see. Quiggity with a salute saying, Welpers. Oak says, shucks. Quiggity said, I'm up for Pokemon. Yes, cards. Bye-bye. Good night, all. Beck says, yes. TGC. And thank you, Christopher, for posting the raid message and the link tree. Yes, so if anyone is lurking, like I said, there's a link tree. It has Discord invite link, my YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all those things. Use it or don't as you see fit. But thank you all so much for being here. I had a lot of fun. Even though this wasn't like this most super eventful stream, I just had fun hanging out with you guys, and I enjoy your company. I enjoy being with all of you. Magpie says, good night, Logan. Bale says, bye, Logan. Oak says, good night, everyone. Bale says, boo, ah! And Oak says, what about the ghost with boobies? That is allowed. That is absolutely allowed. But yes, good night, everybody. And enjoy tomorrow. Your Monday, no stream tomorrow. I will post the schedule, and it will hopefully, I should be able to post what the game will be for Friday Fright Days. Last week on Monday, we had a survey to vote on the games. But the survey is pretty much done. So post that update tomorrow. You'll see what the Friday Fright Day game is. Tuesday will be Persona. Next Thursday, we'll pick up where we're leaving off right here. Love and appreciate you all. You all are the best. Enjoy the raid. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, bye, bye. Bye. And for those watching the VOD, good night as well.